play all 9 games. In the guts, as I mentioned. Tom Denning. Up he goes against Davis. Knocked clear. South Barwon win this. Trying to crash his way through. On that occasion's McLaughlin. Ball's rebounded straight down forward. But it's...
Lever.
It is Lever. Jay Lever, the man we mentioned. Deep to repel.
Yep, so Lever goes out wide to the outer side. 2-on-1 contest. Mars came in late, couldn't quite retrieve the football. The ball's close on the boundary. St Joey's still in it. It's intercepted though, and they'll be away. McCaskill drives it inside 50, not his best kick. Going with one hand was Morrison, couldn't quite complete the mark. Ball still on defensive 50, and they weave it out and work it out nicely. This is Haints, has the ball in the middle of the ground, drives it wide. It's a 2-on-1 contest, a lot of work for McLaughlin to do, but he is quick. You're right, he's up against the oldest Reese Woods. That's a great kick too. Very, very good kick. Tudor at half forward, kick just falls short of Featherston. Wasn't his best effort at ground level. It's Hanson. Couldn't quite pick the ball up cleanly. Woods gets a clearance away for South Barwon. West up high, couldn't complete the mark. Ball trickles over just forward to centre wing.
Oh, yeah, and I'll get the commentary now because it's out of around the corner, so you can't see it. So he's a very young boy. He's getting very good at this stuff.
Kicked 2 last week, McLaughlin. He's a talented young fella.
Straight out of the Falcons.
Yep. Showed a little bit of leg speed there, didn't he? Up they go. It's standing in the front spot, knocks it down. Super Joe's there, so too Davis. Jacko feeds it round the boundary line. But Reese Woods, the captain of South Barwon, takes a diving mark. There he is. I just lost him for a second. Luke Webb had his hand up and I couldn't see him. Woods follows the boundary, comes towards the kicks commentary truck, up high. Oh, and I'll almost pay that. A good mark. That's going to Brett Blair.
So he can jump in and take these marks play out of nowhere.
Played a couple of games with us last year at Werribee VFL as a 23rd player.
Blair, there's 3 to pick from. One of the for the South Barwon, there was 3 to pick from, but Kershaw, probably the best punch out you've ever seen in the history of the game.
Probably could have marked it.
Riley Kershaw, only one to go for it.
Yeah.
So the ball will be thrown in pretty much in front of us. Just at half forward for the Swans. No score yet in this Blood Toyota first term. Lusby works his way through for the Swans. Ball falls short of Richards at half forward. Just parries it forward looking for Fisher. He lays a good tackle and we'll have a ball up just inside 50.
Yep. Paliuris looks nothing like his former self.
And he hasn't oiled up today either, Milky, which is usually a defining feature.
Looks like his jumper's an extra large.
Kent won it down convincingly to Lusby. His left foot ball's a high up and under ball. And not missing by much in the end. First score of the Anzac Day clash going to South Barwon.
A couple of clearances in a row there to Lusby. He looked good moving through the traffic and getting the ball on the run.
Yeah, two clearances apiece, Barnsey.
Kershaw has the kicking out, finds measures. Those bright green boots. At half back. Decides to just go down the line. Picked out his teammate. That was Callum Mitchell, but fisted away from him. Trying to crash his way through there is Brenton Reese, but it's rebounded. There he is again, Lusby. Bouncing ball, going forward. That's Broughton there, tries to get through, but it's rebounded again by Joey's. Measures is in it. Out wide. Oh, that's Measures on the end of that, I'm sorry. Comes back out to Morrison. Morrison, fisted away from him. Picked up by Ryan Dillon. What can he do with it? But it's over the boundary line. Have a throw in right under the St Joey's coach's box. They trail by a single behind on the Blood Toyota scoreboard.
Probably a slight breeze to the right of screen. Or your dial. Probably a goal in it, if that.
Yeah. Pothole.
Yep. It's not the strongest breeze, Kirsch, but it is a slight one.
It's favourable, I would suggest.
Yeah. Hogan just overrun the footy. Buchanan Hunt picks it up.
Yes.
Dispossessed quickly. Fisher's hands missed the target, but he mops up his own work and does well, but he attracts a crowd, wrapped up by 3 and holding the footy. Ball's on the outer wing. Be a free kick going the way of Jimmy Allen. For Joey's, but he turns it over. Lusby just intercepts. Read it best. Goes on preferred left foot. It's a spearing ball towards Kent. It skips on. Morrison picks it up, but happy to see it over. The ball's about 45 around from South Barwon's goal.
He's a standout so far.
I'll be pretty pleased with this start. I think South Barwon, they're forcing the turnovers out of Joey's with a bit of pressure. It's what they're going to have to do if they're going to be competitive today.
North Ballarat product, Milky, Ben Lusby.
Lusby, spinning ball, in it comes. Front is Kent, he knocks it down. Trying to crash his way through is Benny Capra, captain of St Joey's. Umpire circling, doesn't appear to be a lot happening in there. He's going to ping him. No, he's not, because the ball's been knocked clear of him. We'll end up having a ball up. Just let that go, the umpire, didn't he?
Swallowed his whistle for a bit there.
Thought he's going to pay something.
So did I. So Kent puts the hand up, nominates, knocks it down, trying to crash his way through is Broughton. It's picked off by Joey's, and that's Brenton Reese, who just sees it over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in. Well, how long have we been going, Barnsey?
That's a great question, Milky.
About 5 minutes, you'd say. Yep, 5 minutes.
5 minutes and 5 seconds.
That's
Working
it.
well
Good
early
work.
2017.
1 point the margin, just the one
Give him one job.
point separating the two teams. Kent's been pretty good as the second ruckman for South Barwon down forward. Verfurth, the team hopper, wrapped up. It'll be a ball up just outside 50. You mentioned Brenton Rees earlier, Milky, just the 4 games last year due to VFL duties, but back on a full-time basis this season. Such a big in for Joe. He's a hard, grunty type midfielder. In the ruck, West couldn't get his kick away cleanly. Denning tried to get one out and couldn't. It was smothered by just a swarm of players and the ball hasn't really moved. Good pressure so far. Congested stuff, Gersh.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we spoke about things earlier. Joey's this year, no recognised ruckman either, with Denning probably my height. And at the moment, it's 7-1 in favour of him in ruck hit-outs.
Oh, getting one high was Haints but he managed to get the kick away. Sends St Joey's into attack. Oh, overrunning at Jimmy Allen, but umpire said he copped one high, or is he throwing that in?
he's throwing
it in.
Both teams going man-on-man at stoppages, so there's a lot of congestion with South Barwon looking to clog it up with bringing the extra up to a stoppage.
Daniel Lovick just come on. Did he start on the bench?
Surprising.
Must have, because he hasn't had a touch yet.
Yep.
We haven't mentioned him.
There's Denning,
Yep.
gets a boot to it, throws a boot, but Woods comes in, takes a sliding mark. He's got his man out here in Hogan, but he ignores him. Goes to Davis. Sticks, as you love to call him. I don't know why.
Just looks like a stick now.
He does. I was being facetious, if you know what that means. Back to Woods, gets around the tackle. And in comes Featherston, knocks it over to Denning. Denning by hand, goes to Holgren. Holgren over to Super Joe. Super Joe almost left it behind. Goes back to get it again. Kick smothered. Comes out the back. Over to Jolly Edwards. Ball finishes up out in front of Alistair Mars. Long list of the Mars family.
Interesting to see how Alistair Mars goes. He had a big knock to his head last year that cost him a few months of footy, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes around the contest.
First game in senior footy for the year for Ali Mars. No Tom Mars for South Barwon today. Couldn't quite get up from a hamstring injury suffered in round 1-3 against St Albans. Davis won it down. It was officially round 3, but just puzzling the way the fixture works this season. Super Joe, I think he's got a fresh pair of lime green boots just for the occasion, Milky, which I like. And the ball's just trickled out of play. Holcomb couldn't quite keep it in. It'll be thrown in just in front of the scoreboard. Still, only 1 point separating these two teams. Blood Toyota first term scoreboard.
11th stoppage, boys, so it's really congested out there, and South Barwon's pressure's been pretty good. They can't get any fluency going forward, St Joseph's.
You'd think the rain is still about with a 1 point margin at the 7-minute mark of this first quarter. Front is Holgren, knocks it to ground, trying to crash his way through. Is that Verford at the bottom of that? Baker, free play on, says the umpire. There's Holgren on the boundary line. Should score for St Joey's. It's knocked forward. Crashing into the goalpost on that occasion was Darcy Hanson. And scores a level. Put that one down to Rushed, I would have thought, boys, would we not?
Lever in the opposite back pocket, chips over the top, had to be accurate, and Mark paid to Dylan. He gives it back to Lever, who drives it to centre wing. Kent, half volley pickup was pretty good under a lot of pressure from Zach Morrison. And then Morrison does well at ground level, managed to shark the ball out. Davis to West, the former grubber. Nice kick too, well weighted. Finds Richards, natural left footer. Wheels back inside, good kick. Lusby
inside
at the point of the centre square. So they've started well here, the Swans.
They have, haven't they?
Lusby assesses his options.
Had to get it in quicker than Lusby.
Spot on Barnesy, just a little slow. Lusby wheels around now, not his best looking kick. Floats, it might work. Mawson goes back to the flight and takes the mark.
Shouldn't happen, should it?
In front of Riley Kershaw.
They'll be spinning chips to Joey's coaches. They had time to get back and fill those spaces. It was a shocking kick, but they had time to get back and fill the spaces.
Those mungs catch off guard every now and then, don't they? You just don't know where it's going to drop.
A few of the Joey's players just guarding space there.
Yep.
So, Jake Mawson dishes off quickly to Baker. The umpire doesn't let him. Said he wasn't round on his mark.
Play on. One
called it back.
Don't think he's too keen.
It's not that far out.
No, he's not. But obviously the jam tin's in front of him. That's causing him some issues.
Man on the mark's about 38 out from home. As Mawson comes in, that's probably why.
He's
got it. Jake Mawson
through the middle.
Strikes first. First goal of Anzac Day. Goes to South Barwon. They've brought their best stuff early on. 10 minutes played, first term, thanks to Bod Toyota. 117 the Swans. Joey's just one behind.
He's a renowned good celebrator on and off the field. So
Comes from a long line of awesome celebrators.
Yes.
No matter what the result is today, we'll be telling everybody who kicked the first goal.
Awfully good when the moon's out, Milky.
10 minutes gone, Milky.
10. Oh, listen to this. I've just got everyone lifting. Just that little bit. See what? Just giving the bloke a bit of a job advice, Captain. See what it does for him?
Yeah, it's just extra leadership.
Back in the middle. This time it's Tudor to go up against Davis. Dispossessed on that occasion. At ground level, ball coming out the back. Goes to Jacko Davis. Tumbling ball, end over end. Oh, Polkin ran past that. Verfith taps it forward. Comes out the back. Davis fists it to the ground. Trying to crash his way through on that occasion. McLaughlin comes out the back to Tudor. Got time to set up. Just kicks it into the hot spot. Big Featherston getting wrestled off the footy. Foot race, and it's all Woods leads in the race, then tumbles it out wide. Good kick to find Jolie Edwards. Got him at half back.
Well organised back there as well, shepherded by Ned Gowers.
They're using the ball so much better already.
Yep. Does
South
that look
Bowen,
dangerous
that is.
at all inside 50, Josephs?
Long ball towards Davis. Blair had a fly at the back too, couldn't win it. Wins it now. The handball over the top wasn't great towards West. Looped in the air for a long while. Kick smothered from Riley Ferguson. Didn't go very far at all. Ball still on centre wing. Hanson wrapped up. Umpire folds the arms and we'll throw it up on this broadcast side. Right at the heart of centre wing. Plenty of numbers around this stoppage, as Kirsch and Barnesy have both alluded to.
Tudor and Davis to go at it. They're the nominated ruckman. Neither player win it. Comes out the back to Fisher. Round the body he goes. 2-on-1 here, but the boundary line's the winner. We'll have a throw in.
Interesting to note, Lovick looks like he's playing almost on a wing at the moment. He's sort of trailing around the stoppages.
He's set up as a winger in that last stoppage, so I don't know whether that's just him controlling his positioning on the ground or he actually is lining up there. And again, he's lining
Still
up
set
as
up
a
as
winger.
well, yeah.
Yep. Spinning ball. Davis gives away the front spot to Tudor. Adams, it bounces off his foot. There he is again in Lusby. Dishes off the handball. Ground level. They're all wrestling. Jake Mawson in there at ground level again. On the run. Picks off the floor. Just got the smother on the boot of Buchanan Hunt. Taylor, his first name. The ball picked off on that occasion. By West. Hands using it well here. Oh, just a dangerous kick on that occasion by Measures. Almost getting it to as far as his teammate there in Keller. But it's all South Barwon. Finishes up in the hands of Trent Richards.
Yep. He's at right half forward. So Richards drives it to the point of the square. Kent up. Couldn't quite complete the mark. Numbers with Joey's. Ball with Callum Mitchell. Tassie product. His kick is not great. It was sloppy.
Yeah.
Ball's about 40 out from South Barwon's goal. They're bringing some good pressure and a bit more composure early on, Kirsch.
Letting it go.
The disposal efficiency for St Joseph's would be almost in the minuses the way things are. And like we said, there's only a slight breeze. The ground looks in good condition. Just maybe perceived pressure from South Barwon at the moment.
Thrown up quickly. Tudor won it convincingly down. Hickey wrapped up in a tackle by Mars. Kick out of the clearance quickly. McLaughlin nudged under the footy by his fellow number 2, Ryan Dillon. Ball still at half forward for the Swans. Edwards tried to get a hand to it to parry it clear. The ball out in the full. Off who is the question?
I think it was off a South Barwon leg.
It is off a South Barwon leg. You're spot on, Barnesy.
Got it kicked into him, I think.
Son of a gun with the footy. Under the coach too, just taking a little bit of time, making sure the coach has a real good look at him.
What about the boots, Dad?
Yes, down the line he goes.
Just want to get a kick with those.
Yes, ball's picked off on this occasion. Is that Hogan at the bottom of that pack? I think it was. His ball down the line, bouncing. It's back where it came from. We'll have a throw in this time, right in front of probably the not very happy St Joey's coaching booth.
And Lovick's gone off the ground, so I'm not sure really what the role is for him. It might be just rotating through the midfield. That's interesting one to watch there.
Barnesy, we've never really seen him go off in a game at all, let alone 2 rotations in a quarter.
Looks all right.
He doesn't look to be hampered in any way. Keep an eye on it.
Ball at ground level. Brendan Reese overran it. South Barwon have the opportunity now to go forward. Stacks on the mill. Bottom of that pack is Benny Capra, and who's that wrestling with him? There's a couple of them. They get up once. Trent Richards. The other is Mitch Fisher.
Yep, so thrown up just to the side of the centre square. Tudor did well again in the ruck against Davis. Gets it back now. Quick hands were good to Super Joe. Dillon gives away a free kick for a hold. Yes, he does. Going the way of Jacko McLaughlin, the live wire. It's one senior game last year towards the back end of the year. Geelong Falcon. Good looking kick too. Finds
kick.
Webb. in the long sleeves.
This is what they haven't done yet. 2 possessions in a row. They've really fell down in this area.
Yeah. So Webb, he's at right half forward, drives it long towards Featherstone. Couldn't complete the mark against Lever. Ball filtered back. Ball still tucked in on the boundary. It's really well done by Paddy Callagher. High up and under left foot ball though. Not his best squaring ball to work though.
Good mark there, Paliuris.
Kieran Paliuris
does not look like him though.
No, it doesn't.
You go. Oh look,
It's hard to
spun around
register.
and went, who's 5?
It's hard to register,
He's
isn't
that
it?
skinny number 5.
Yep. So he'll have no real angle to speak of. Not for a right footer anyway. Kieran Paliuris.
Umpire's actually improving his angle.
Yeah, he did a little
normally they're banging him against the fence.
They looked a bit better going forward that time. Tudor won the hit out, got the clearance inside 50. Looked a little bit more dangerous with numbers down there.
For Joey's first on Anzac Day, Kieran Paliuris.
He kicks it all day, these.
Oh, he kicks towards goal and just sneaks it in.
Yep.
Inside the left goal post.
The new look.
So on the Blood Turtle scoreboard at the
Just waiting for some ads here, Milky. 16-minute mark.
16-minute mark, it's 1 goal, 1 apiece. Let's hope we get it right here because we don't have the advantage of the scoreboard.
I think they'll be pretty dirty about that one, South Barwon, giving away their lead with a mark at Paliuris. The ball hung in the air a long time. They should have got someone over for a fist there.
Yep, killed it, shouldn't they?
It was a contested situation. He took it on his chest.
Paliuris on the wing here, I just noticed. Ball in the guts, Super Joe, climbs all over it. He's set upon. Umpire's just circling, says, give it back to me. We'll go through all of that again. He hasn't even got out of the circle. Don't worry about the square, it's still in the circle. So up we go again. Denning knocks it down, trying to crash his way through his knocks it clear. Reese in a foot race. Can he get there first? He's got his opponent there in Siddle to try and get past. Leading in the race on now is Alistair Mars. Dishes off a handball. Comes to the standing kick. Oh, almost down the line to McCaskill. Comes out. Quick give to Baker. Good tackle. Umpire says not good enough. We'll just ball that one up.
8 possessions, Lusby, for the quarter. 4 and 4. He's certainly a key player at the moment.
Been strong.
Yep.
Ball goes to the back of the stoppage with Edwards. Finds its way to Fisher. Left foot ball tucked in on the boundary. Falls short of McCaskill, but
They've been good at pitching it 2 metres inside all day, South Barwon. They just keep doing it.
they have. So to be thrown up, 55 around from South Barwon's goal. 17 minutes played, thanks to
I just
Bud
saw a
Taylor.
lady and a baby coming down from the coach's box. I'm wondering if that was the distraction in the coach's box.
Denning won his own tap in the end.
Good
low
grab.
ball, really good grab
Good
down
grab.
low by Luke Webb. Goes back in the middle of Drew Reserve. Here is Lovick. So he's been spending a bit of time off the ground, but finds himself right on the cricket pitch. Chipping ball to centre forward, hangs in the air a long time, but McLaughlin's hands are good. Dylan misread the flight of the ball in the end, I reckon. He's at true centre forward. McLaughlin gives it back to Lovick, who drives it long and strong over the head of Holgren. Got a hand to it, was Verfurth and through for a rush behind.
Genuine shot, probably.
From Lovick.
Yep.
Oh, Super Joe gets the fist on the kick out. Almost cuts it off. He has a really good effect on it. Callagher squares it up. Big reach from Featherstone. Can't mark it. Webb off the deck. Goes bang! Goal!
Super Joe's goal. That was a terrific effort to
absolutely.
spoil.
Super Joe. Yes, that
Then
was a spoil. That's
second
where it
effort.
all came from. Get
Second
around
effort,
him.
Yep.
Get around the Super Joe. Well, you don't have to because he'll tell him
he'll
anyway.
tell you,
He'll tell them all. Did you see that, boys?
Really good effort. there.
By now, boys, the replay will be 3 or 4 times.
Yes.
There's my spoil. There's my spoil. There's my spoil. Good effort, Super Joe. So on the Blood Trader scoreboard, that takes St Joseph's all of a sudden to 2-2. They lead South Barwon 1-1.
Yep.
And South Barwon had all the running. How often does that happen in footy?
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw it last night with the Tigers and the D's. Melbourne were all over him, and Richmond managed to kick goals at crucial times.
Lost the Ruckman, and that's what I keep telling you. Ruckman are important, you blokes.
Kent, speaking of Ruckman, he's the secondary Ruckman today. Lusby lays a heavy tackle on Haints right in the middle of Drew Reserve. Ball not going far out of there. So Davis off the ground for the time being.
Would not have known what was going on there. Woody, Haints,
No.
bang!
Denning won it down with almost the back of his palm. Lusby stripped
high.
of it quickly and holding the ball. Quick call,
I
but
saw the hand go here.
illegal
Didn't you see
disposal
it? The
probably in
hand
the
went
end.
up for
I saw it. He was on the wrong side of the umpire, I think.
Yeah.
McLaughlin's been good, shown a bit of pizzazz early on, drives it towards Featherstone. It was really, McCauley, really well done by Lever. The ball ends up through. Couldn't see who got the shot on goal. It was Tudor.
Tudor, yep.
It was through for a behind.
Well, he was bouncing. I thought Webb might have been on the end of another one.
Just getting a bit of control now, Joey's. The ball's been up their end for a few minutes here.
Woods kicks it. Was that Woods who kicked that out? I'm
Yep.
pretty sure it was. Lancy Lusby again. Dishes off, or Verford's kick smothered. Loose ball at the back. McLaughlin, the little live wire. Minor score. Starting to get a bit of control of the footy at the minute.
He's had 4 inside 50s, McLaughlin. It's been really good.
He's been a real spark across half forward, hasn't he?
He's getting up and he's also getting back. So.
That takes him 2-4 on the Blood Toter scoreboard. 1-1 South Barwon.
Woods brings it in. It's a long driving kick towards Davis. Lovick couldn't complete the mark.
Ooh,
floating in front of him.
interesting
The kick backwards is dangerous. Intercepted by Kent in the end. Then paddles it forward to Broughton and now finds Gowers on centre wing. Looping handball isn't great. Richards wrong side for
Good
him.
work.
Really good tackle. Joey's have the numbers. Capra, Lovick, how many times have we heard that over the years?
Yep.
I think that was out of bounds, taken out by Riley Ferguson and was. Ball right on centre wing broadcast side.
I think I've said it way too many times. Zach Morrison underrated, but I think we all realise now he's not underrated
we
anymore.
rate him pretty high.
Super player.
Yeah, rated
Just
very
quickly,
highly.
the ruckman kicked it back 30 metres
Yeah.
to a one-on-one.
Puzzling.
Yeah.
Missed a bit of an opportunity there, South. That looping
I
handball.
said they're important. I didn't say they were clever.
Yeah, no,
As Denning knocked it down
Stop thinking.
in the path of Broughton, and Broughton, the ball has tumbled out of his hands and over the boundary line again. We'll have a throw in, what are we, around 20, 30 metres around from the Kicks commentary truck. On the Blood Toyota scoreboard, it's 2 goals 4 to 1 goal 1 at the, let me think, 19 and a half minute mark.
21 and a half. Not far off.
Down it goes. Haints and across to Featherston. This time he kicks in the right direction. Super Joe's got it. Dishes off to Webb.
Right,
Webb, little spearing, low bomb. In it goes. That's Lever who leads in the race. Tries to knock it clear. He's got help there from with his, was that Gowers? Ned Gowers in there with him? It was. I think they're going to be dragged across the boundary line in Riley Ferguson. Haven't seen him much this first quarter.
No, 2 possessions for Ferguson.
And we'll have a boundary throw in. This time just inside the arc for St Joey's. It is. Yep.
Spot on, Milky. So they're just starting to get the ball in their forward half a bit more.
Yep.
In the second half of this term after South Barwon did the same thing to them at the start of this first term. One down pretty convincingly by Tudor to no avail. Gowers, Lusby again. Quick kick was partially smothered. Davis at ground level, a little bit sloppy, lucky not to go over the free kick. Super Joe, left foot ball smothered again. Ferguson to Allen. He was quickly tackled. Lovick at half forward, kicks a long way across goal.
Mung.
Foot race now. Measures will get there first. No, he doesn't. It's a high tackle. Sure, the umpire's missed it.
Like
hasn't
it.
he?
From here.
Yeah, he got him.
He's got it.
No, he got him.
He's finally
He
picked it
saw
up.
Yeah.
It's Reece Holcomb, it is. He's at right half forward for St Joey's.
He had to win that contest, didn't he?
Yep.
He did well.
Had to stick his head over it.
Yep.
Reece Holcomb. Good looking kick to the teeth of goal. Webb's there. Falls into his lap.
Pushes him out the way.
Just got rid
Good
of his
body.
opponent very easily.
Yep.
It
And
Gowers, was it? That just,
Luke Webb
Yeah,
will,
it was Gowers that went to ground.
yeah.
Just
he'll have the shot 15, if meet it fair is, if that.
Feed him
Goal
one. There were 2
angle.
other Joey's blokes who were going to be next to it as well.
Yeah.
They were raffling that one.
13 to 9 inside 50s, and it was 9 to 7 at one stage.
2 goals last week. 1 already this afternoon.
Surely
Glenorchy,
gets this.
Doesn't miss
Glenorchy
these.
product.
You don't
Milky
miss
from
from there.
Tassie. Luke Webb comes in. Easy done.
Used to these conditions.
2 goals for him.
Surprised.
3 for St Joey's.
He won
Surprised from Tassie's got long sleeves. I thought he'd have short sleeves and a bit of oil
it's
on.
hot.
He would have wanted to play yesterday in the conditions.
So on the Blood Toyota scoreboard, that's 3 goals for St Joseph's. They lead South Barwon 1 goal 1 at the 22-minute 15-second mark.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Shaking his head at too.
Yeah, Pothole thinks I'm an idiot, but then so does everyone.
Thinks. Knows.
Back in the guts. Up they go, Denning. So to Davis. Davis knocks it down as far as Fisher. Is that? Yes, it is. Goes back and gets his own ball, does Fisher. Tackled immediately. Umpire says no chance there. We'll go through it all again. Good tackle there. Was that Hickey? No, that was Denning that was all over him.
Yep.
Yeah.
He actually
Gee whiz,
follows
the
his
big
ball
fella.
up really well,
Yeah,
to be
that's
honest.
good.
He's had 2 as well, so...
One of them being the wrong way, but doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's all right.
Comes out.
Stumble again there.
Ferguson this time sends St Joey's into attack.
Yeah, ball at centre forward. Dylan got the punch in, but Allen got the handball over the top towards the multiple goal kicker in Webb. Well done. Spinning out of trouble
Paddy,
was Paddy Callagher. Left foot spinning ball isn't his best. Non-preferred though. Through for a behind.
Former South Barwon. Paddy Keller.
No, he's been
No.
a Joey's junior the whole way.
Oh, has he?
Joey's
Okay.
junior.
Yep.
I don't know why I thought there was a connection to South Barwon there. I don't know.
Just they play against him.
14 goals in his debut season last year. Paddy Kelleher, handy play around forward half for Joey's.
Yeah, only be a 19-year-old too, wouldn't he? About roughly.
Yep, roughly 19-20.
Yep.
Kirsch, ball wide from Dylan, finds Jay Lever. He's been pretty good at early
I'm
stages.
surprised you know all these blokes, Buzz. I thought you'd be like Gary Ablett, so who's this? Just kick it to me.
Long ball to this broadcast side. Davis outnumbered 3-on-1. There's a whistle,
Yeah.
and they're going against the
He's
South Barwon ruckman.
Positioned himself pretty well there, Denning.
Yep, Denning has been pretty impressive early stages.
He was out rucked early when I gave those stats early, but he's been really good since then.
Goes short. Good kick too. Finds Featherstone. He's worked his way up a long way up the ground. Improves the angle, and that ball drop looked a bit skew-if.
It did.
Kirsch, ball to set. Oh! Super Jones, sticky ass! Oh, not paid.
I was
he's-
about to say it's a
Tudor.
contender.
Sorry, it's
Oh,
Tudor,
Tudor.
excuse me.
Tudor,
I
yeah.
was
Going
about
early.
to say a contender, but when they're not paid, it ain't a contender anymore.
Lost it on the way down.
We have an attempted mark award.
Hey, that's
That
a good
would've been
idea. That's a good idea. We need a sponsor for that.
Our
Ball-
best attempted
Ball
mark.
comes out
Oh, here we go.
to Jacko Davis. Across it goes to his teammate in Riley Ferguson. Oof. Misses. I tried to build it up, and you've already gone. Ooh.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to make it
I
look
was
like it was
moving about
close?
the kick. The kick was sideways. There's something wrong with that ball. Might be one of those Shane Warne spin balls out there.
Woods
Weighted on one side.
Woods comes out to Verfith. Verfith to the left on the outer side. Up, fisted away on that occasion from Richards. Ball at ground level. Richards goes back, tries to pick it up again. Stacks on. It's a netball whistle. I had a look and thought, who's paid a free kick there? But nothing doing. We'll have a ball up. 3 goals. Ooh, what have we got now? 6. St Joseph's lead South Barwon 1-1.
That's thanks to Blood Toyota. Milky clearance again. One Blood Lusby. Left foot ball to Truce and half forward.
Oop,
Kent
foot
tries
race.
to get rid of Morris, and it is a foot race. There are only 2 players in the forward line. Kent keeps his feet and just keeps paddling it forward. He's waiting for support to arrive. It comes in the form of McCaskill. He's beaten to it and probably
Can't
gets in
do
the
that.
back of Hickey and does so.
He gave
kick paid.
the advantage, but
Yeah.
Morrison just stood his
Hickey,
ground.
good kick too. Finds Reed Adams. First senior game of 2017. Reed Adams goes wide to centre wing on this broadcast side. It'll trickle out. Not his best effort, Reed Adams.
No.
And it'll be tossed in.
He's generally a skillful player. He'd be a bit disappointed with that.
I'm sure we've all made the odd mistake, boys.
I
Let's
don't
not get
remember
too
one.
quick.
Yeah,
Sure, there
can't
was.
think of any right now.
Go back to the old VHS tapes, but
Spinning in, Denning gets a front spot on this occasion, but I reckon Davis won that only as far as Webb. Beautiful sharking there on that occasion.
Yeah.
Oh, Holmgren.
good clearance by Webb,
Holmgren?
wasn't it?
He's playing
It is
well,
Holmgren, isn't
Webb.
it?
Yep.
Yep, Holmgren takes a good grab. Not a nomination for the United marks, although it is so far, isn't it? But
Don't think it'll last.
I think we'll get better than that.
Hopefully.
Absolutely dominating the clearances at stoppages, St Joseph's, and that's probably a part of why they're in front at the moment.
Took him a while to get into gear.
They did.
What
There was a lot of stoppages though.
wasn't there ever?
Early. There was more stoppages than possessions early.
Holmgren straight in front. He'll kick from about 46 metres. In he comes.
Ooh, is that
no.
going to come around?
Is it going to come back?
Into
I
the
reckon,
post.
I reckon hit the
Would
post,
work.
jag the post, yeah.
Dude.
Holmgren, minor score.
Didn't look like a great drop.
3 goals, 7 on the Blood Toyota scoreboard. It's 25. They lead South Barwon 1-1-7 at the 24.5-minute mark.
28 and a half.
Oh, he's I got no hope. I give
Fisher.
up. I give up.
Plays on and kicks to about 60 out. Ball out the back of the contest. Picked up by Measures. His hands were very clean. This is Brenton Rees for St Joey's. Wheels back onto his right foot and kicks to half forward. Siddle with the convincing punch down to Dylan, who just tumbles an inside out inverted torpy just straight in the throat of Ben Capra.
Had
Look
good
at the
shape behind the
Look
ball.
at the
there,
hair.
St
Nice.
Joseph's.
Look at the new hair
Set
shape. Look at the hair shape on
Yeah,
the.
he's just
on him.
a new cut
Yeah.
for 2017. This is Callum Mitchell, the second Tassie recruit for St Joey's this year. He goes wide to Hickey. He's at right half back.
Good
Good looking kick
kick.
too.
Oh,
Oh, it's just straight to the hands of Tudor, but that was a bit silly.
Oh, he's getting a free, I think.
From
Yeah.
Hanson, I think it is down there. Just
Gotta be honest with you,
unnecessarily
I don't think the free
gave
was
it away.
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't
I
think it
think
was
very lucky there.
Yeah,
Bit silly either way.
don't drop the mark.
Tudor chisels one down low. Mark paid. Yep,
Yeah,
thought it might have been a
Haynes.
half volley to Haynes, but on the full. Brant hates of the footy, just 6 games last year in amongst VFL duties. The long ball, Featherston got 2 hands to it, couldn't mark in front of Lever. Fisher lays a tackle as a whistle and holding the man.
Yeah, I saw it. It was
going
just
the way of Joey's.
Yeah, it was probably an unnecessary tackle.
Going to Paliuris.
Paliuris again.
Yep.
Don't know who he is.
He does look so different.
He does, doesn't he?
He's just used to...
Makes him look so much younger too without the big barrel chest.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's a shame.
So distinctive.
Going to kick after the siren.
Yep, so the siren goes. No need to improve the angle, so he'll be right with that. He'll come in and kick from about 40 out. Kieran Paliuris from right half forward. Good looking kick
Gollenply didn't move.
Nice way.
Did not move.
Nice way to finish
Bang.
the first term. Kieran Paliuris has got 2. Luke Webb has got 2. So Joey's have got 4 in a convincing opening term. South Barwon only 117. That's thanks to Blood Toyota.
117 plays 4-7.
I don't want to know them
I
on a
don't want to know
personal
who they
level.
are. So I just I'd rather
If you know their name, it makes it personal.
That's it. I'd rather just insult them as a group. As the ball comes out of the middle, good work there by Lusby again. Trying to crash his way through is Brenton Reese, who just coughed it up, as you heard by the old ear. Hogan has a couple of goes at it. Eventually gets hold of it, gives it over to McCaskill. McCaskill goes down the line, measures.
Sticky.
In, but very good sticky hands there to Brett Blair. Haven't called much of him as the ball goes, as the ball goes along the ground into the forward 50. Picked up by Morrison. His kick very much smothered. Really well done by Brett Blair. And we'll have a ball up now, 30 out from the South Barwon goal, who've started well again.
It was a good mark inside 50, shocking kick, but at least he followed up, Buzz. He actually got to that next contest and then caused that turnover.
I'm not sure about Barnesy making noises mid-call, but that's okay.
I think it was related to my call.
Vice captain.
Ripped away by Kershaw out of the pack. Dylan floats back.
Nice mark.
With centre wing, was a good mark. Had to go and did. Ryan Dillon drives it back inside 50. Doesn't look like a great kick. Capra
called the block.
Yeah, got blocked, and it's a free kick going South Barwon's way. Yep, spot on, Barnesy.
He tried to come charging in from 10 metres and he got a block. I'm not really sure the Joey's player meant to block him, but the umpire saw it.
I think he did. I think Morrison did mean to just chop him right off.
Yeah,
I think he's probably heard. This is the boy you said that jumps high.
He is. He loves to run and jump at the football. Yep. That's his thing. Tried threw his name in the hat to get drafted. Over the summer and couldn't quite get a gig, so playing with the Swans now, first time against a man out of the Falcons system. Brett Blair, this is probably his only missing point as a footballer, but that is no mistake.
No mistake there.
Wonderful set shot from Brett Blair. And the Swans finally get their second to start the second term. That is thanks to the Corio Bay Health Group Milky.
Kicked 2 in a game for us last year in the VFL level, so he's fairly competent.
He led the Falcons in goal kicking, I believe. A few times he kicked a bag of 5 or 6 for them, so he's definitely capable of almost winning a match of his own boot.
Hey, if you want to get noticed, there's nothing wrong with playing GFL footy.
No,
the number one brand.
Well, it works.
With the number one commentary team.
Correct.
Don't look at me like that, pothole. As umpire's back in the guts, about to toss it up again. Don't care who you are. His name's not Garrard as the ball's knocked down by Denning. Knocks it down, or trying to play the ball to himself, or comes out wide. Hogan almost gets it, goes back and has another crack at it. Trying to crack his way through his Ferguson. Oh, bit of candy right in front of us. Oh, just...
can't be off the full.
Can't be on the full.
Off your thigh.
McLaughlin.
He tried.
Yeah,
Tom the umpire.
It's interesting to see the numbers over that contest when it was fumbled over here by Hogan. There was 6 or 7 Joey's like swamping him. I don't know where the South Barwon players went. They're going to have to work over to the ball more often, I think.
Spinning back in. Denning has front spot, but Davis gets it over the top. Super Joe. Then plays a bit of basketball in there. Knocks it down. Davis by hand. Then gets it back to himself, actually. On the run is Holcren. Goes with the left. Long bomb. Down to Featherston and Lever. Featherston at the back. Knocks it down. Ball knocked clear.
No
through by Darcy Hanson.
Yep.
Minor score. Give that a rush yet. Another one.
Would have been shaking when he couldn't tap it over there. It's a nightmare for a defender.
Quick kick in from Woods, found Lever in the back pocket in front of the pavilion here at Drew Reserve. He just goes more or less down the line. Not his best effort though.
He was going.
Chopped off.
Don't worry about that. He was off.
Callum Mitchell.
Yeah, he was.
But stop, put the
Just
brakes
got the
on
speed
quickly.
wobbles. Went, oh, I'm in trouble.
So Mitchell about 65 out from home. Chisels one.
Nice
Good looking kick
kick.
too. Heavy collision. Mark not taken.
Oh.
This quick kick out of there
It's all
from
happening.
Davis. The kick's going all the way across goal. West has to be clean. Taps it to himself.
Well
Wanted to
done.
see the line,
Well
but
done.
Measures used all that experience to just chip the ball back towards
Good
McLaughlin.
outshot.
Nudged under the footy by Hanson, and it'll be tossed in. Dan Measures showing all his worth there, Kirsch.
Yeah, just see how they line up at this stoppage, Buzz. They actually went half-half. So Joey's were on the defensive side and South Barn were on their defensive side. And McCullough just had an easy run through at it. They're evened up a little bit this time.
Measures could have a ping there, boys. Do you
Yeah,
think, from that
absolutely.
point? Oh, Featherson
Unselfish.
gets up, just smashes it. Ferguson
man,
crashes
that
into his teammate. Oh, that's Richards just smashes that ball. They're calling for...
No.
What? There's only one calling for it. It's Kershaw. Have a look at him. Look at those boots on Riley Kershaw, would you?
Yeah.
They could not be any brighter.
Can't knock it, look at them.
No, that's as bright as his smile.
Yep.
Well, well, not as
Yeah.
bright as Joey's, though. Look at Joey McCoolers.
He's
That
got a
is
bit of orange
fantastic.
on his.
And we look at Broughton as well. Look at that.
Out of the middle, there's the man. Broughton gets it across to Fisher. His kick smothered. Goes back and gets it. Did McCullough get into his back? No, says the umpire. Neither did Ferguson. They've just about swamped him, and we'll have a ball up right in front of us. The kicks commentary truck.
Again, they're letting McCullough and Ferguson on the fly with Heinze and Lovick. So
Yeah.
it's 4-1 on the defensive side of this stoppage.
Yep, certainly interesting, Kirsch. Get you to explain that in more detail later on, but it falls to South Barwon. Fisher's kick was smothered. Runs towards the boundary, tackled by his fellow 22. Son of. Ball out of play. So just explain the setups, Kirsch, just a bit,
So
in a bit
basically,
more
they're
detail.
just going. South Barwon are going their side, and St Joseph's are going their side, and they're not manning up on each other at all. So,
Yep.
and there you go. There's the on the fly. So
Yep.
the dominant ruckman will get it to their middies for first touch every time.
Oh, McLaughlin nearly holding a one-hander from a high up and under from Super Joe. Ball out of play just inside 50 for St Joey's.
At this level, it's really odd to see.
It is
Yeah.
strange, yeah.
Yep.
You know, just basically it's going, well, my ruckman's better than your ruckman, and we're going to feed off that.
Yep. Certainly interesting. That's why we get Kirsch in. Milky's
Yeah.
one of the finest footy brains out there.
When he's awake, he's
Toss to
fantastic.
him. That's it. Davis won it down towards Broughton. Wants the contact with Ferguson, but shoveled out by both players in the end. And it'll be thrown in.
Still trying to work out the role Lovick's playing.
Yeah, so he looks like he's
on a wing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they got six
Very
behind the ball,
unusual,
so
isn't
he's.
Very unusual.
But Tudor's the +1, so they actually got 5 defenders here. So he probably is a defender with Tudor going back and Lovick inside the forward 50.
Oh, good tackle there.
Yeah.
And he's
Good.
got him. I
Good
reckon he's
tackle.
got him a
Super
really
Joe
good
went
tackle
hard
by
too.
Reed Adams.
Didn't give him much of a chance there. Pinned
Really
the arm.
good. Spears it and then gets it back after the smother. Gets it across to Reese. Brenton goes
it's
into
on here, Milky.
then half forwards. Just it is. It is on
Yeah.
that serious
Oh.
stuff. They're not mucking around here.
Castle got a good one in then.
Reed
Yes.
Adams is having a swing too.
Yes. That's naturally. Oh.
On debut, isn't he, McCaskill?
Sure is.
Not shying away from it. They're a chance here, Step. Only got some numbers ahead here.
And that's quite correct as it goes over to Blair, who gives it across to Fisher. Fisher runs straight at the goals, but it's peeling off, and it's going to go for a minor score.
Not sure Ethan Baker's sort of at the level to be giving Fisher a spray, but he deserves one there. He was running down the middle by himself, Baker. Fisher went his
Yeah.
own.
Quick kick in is good. Finds Callum Mitchell in the back pocket. Drives it towards Holker and has the height advantage over McCaskill. Went straight through his hand to the end. That was a hard ball to be won by Rees.
I thought that was a pretty fair contest.
Yeah, so
me
did I.
too.
Kirsch. It was Davis
Yeah.
with him, but goes the South Barn Ruckman's way. Goes inboard to Woods, who's trying to free himself up across half back. Ball to centre half forward. Finds Mawson at the point of the centre square for South Barwon. Assesses the options. Dinky kick over the top isn't great. And Blair just out-muscled in the end by Tudor. Wasn't the greatest kick from Mawson, if we're honest. Wide ball is good and finds Kelleher on centre wing broadcast side.
Got numbers
Just
back
drives it down the line. They do have the numbers towards Featherstone. Lever's done a
Oh,
good
done
job on him
well.
so far, but Featherstone did brilliantly. Finds Allen, runs inside 50, handballs over the top. McLaughlin has the pace on Lever. Inverted top! Surely goes in. Inverted torpy, Milky.
Yeah, it was.
Extraordinary. And nearly went through for McLaughlin.
Banana.
Extraordinary.
Yeah.
It looked like he went for the banana and couldn't spin it, but it worked in the air.
Woods kicks it out to his teammate there in Baker and immediately still gives direction to Baker to say, keep it moving. He finds Fisher on centre wing, who just stops and just loses all momentum. Spears it down the line, clears the pack. Oh,
pick
almost a half. volley there by Brett Blair.
Here we go,
Goes
Broughton.
towards goal. Broughton. He's only got Kershaw to beat, but Kershaw beats him hands down.
Only
And-
Kershaw, Milky.
I meant only one person, as in only went around one. Don't go there.
Slap in the face.
As Kershaw plays on immediately.
Turn your radio.
Oh, don't start, you lot. You-
Poking the bear.
Quick kick comes out from Ferguson.
I give up. I'm not
Good
doing
kick.
this anymore.
Good kick on the
I
number
resign.
Finds Allen and now finds McLaughlin. He's been very, very busy at half forward. Nice kick too.
one over the top
Featherstone, they got one over the top. Easy as you
Super
like.
Joe.
Guess who? Super Joe, freshly oiled.
He's going for the 50.
And then got one from Hanson. No 50-metre penalty.
I think he might have gone to ground there a little bit easily, Macula, just so he
Yes.
could have the shot. There were men over the top.
Macula?
He decided, no, I'm going to go to ground so I
Macula,
don't have to
he
handball it.
Isn't
McCooler.
that in your eye? It's Super Joe improves the angle nicely. The umpire makes sure he puts him back around. It's a tightish angle, but
Super
he's
Joe. He'd do this with his eyes shut,
He's in
surely.
the right forward pocket for St Joey's. Going to the right of your radio dial, Super Joe. I look forward to just see what he pulls out of the hat if he does kick this because
Bit of double fister.
he likes big occasions,
does.
Super Joe.
Yeah.
There it is.
Zoom in on him!
There it
Zoom
is.
in on him!
Oh,
There you go!
And still Cobra.
Just a single.
Just a single. If he kicks three, he'll give you two.
Yep.
Super Joe gets his first. Rises to big game occasions. Fine player he is. We might give him a bit of stick, but he is a superb footballer.
We love him.
Super Joe. And Joey's kick away even further.
5, 10,
beauty.
40 on the scoreboard to 2, 3, 15, and that is the Cryo Bay Health Group.
10-minute mark, Milky.
10-minute mark. That was brilliant by the cameraman. Good work. Keep that up. We need all the help we can get down here. Don't want you enjoying yourself up there, mate.
Spoke about McLaughlin in that first quarter, Buzz, and how he had 5 inside 50s, and he's had 2 this quarter already.
Yep. He's causing Dylan all
He
sort
is.
of problems.
Back in the middle. Ball finishes up on that occasion with Hogan, but he just leaves it behind. Goes down the Featherston direction.
Yep.
Not a good kick. He's not happy for Big
Not
Featho.
on his favourable side.
Lever.
Still our position,
the
though, by
mark.
the way. It was a good mark.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was. It was
it
no
was.
take nothing away from that. It was terrific, Mark. And
Picked
body
off
positioning.
Richards again, but he's dispossessed. Ball comes out the back. Picked up by Hanson. No, he doesn't pick it up. Gets a bump in the side by Super Joe, and the ball rolls over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in. Reasonable crowd, I reckon, guys, considering it the weather forecast.
Yeah, correct.
Spinning ball, in it comes. Davis wins it. At ground level is Ferguson, but the boundary's the winner there, and we'll just go through all of that again.
They're having their way around the stoppages, aren't they, Kirsch?
Yeah,
even when
5-2.
Davis wins the tap, it's just going straight to Joey's players.
Yeah, 5-2 and Ruck hit outs of 5-1. But
They've
in
done
saying
one.
that, Tudor's been into the last 2 and they've won the last 3 clearances.
Ferguson has a snap.
Kicked
I reckon he's nailed it from
Yeah,
right
he
in
has.
front of the...
Contender.
It is a contender,
Yeah,
that.
absolutely it is.
Absolutely.
For
Riley
United.
Ferguson. The boys down there, the on-ballers from St.
The
Joey's,
on-ballers,
right
that's
in
it,
front of the
Milky.
on-ballers group there. That takes them on to 6, 10, 46 to 2, 3, 15 at the 11 and 3/4 minute mark of
mark-
this second quarter.
I'll mark that down as a contender.
Corio Bay Health Group bring you this second quarter.
Barnesy, almost mirror image of the first quarter, mate, where Tudor went in the ruck and then turned around that dominance in the clearances. And Jacko Davis, and then with a clearance, Fergie with that clearance, they won 3 in a row and they've hit the scoreboard twice. So
Back in the middle, Davis and Shooter. Good tackle applied from Lusby, who's had his influence quelled early stages, second term. Joey's in the clearance again through Haynes. Dangerous looking ball. It's a tough one to win, but Hanson streams out of his back half on the pain of his own defensive 50 over the head of Mawson, though. It was well done by Kershaw.
Well done,
Tudor
Kershaw,
spins
yeah.
out of trouble. Good tackle from Richards. Applied enough pressure to get to Lusby on his head.
Too high.
Nearly ripped off. He gets the ball just backward of centre wing. Dishes quickly to Fisher, who goes down the line. A lot of work to do for Brett Blair. Just paddles it forward. The ground level was well done by Capper. His kick was smothered, though, at half back, and the umpire folds the arms, and we will throw it up, tucked in right in the boundary.
Just wondering how long before we see a real serious blue.
Yeah, it's bubbling
feel it's
away
I
a little
bubbling?
reckon
bit.
it is. I've got a
Yeah.
feeling that it's just bubbling away as they go. Davis wins it, knocks it down as far as Lusby again. He's in there, tries to just get it out of there.
Oh, big
strength.
stiffer.
Oh,
Dustin Martin.
yeah, the old try. Haints that wasn't it?
Nah, Pally,
Oh,
minus his,
Paliuris, yeah.
7 kilo.
No, you can't tell him. Just put your weight back on.
Imagine if he had his weight back on, he would have killed him then.
Right in front of the timekeeper box this time. Up they go. Davis at the back wins it. Knocks it clear. But it's a foot race before it goes over the boundary line. And bit of the old don't argue.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I like to see that.
The ball hasn't moved too far from where it was last thrown in. Just around from the South Barwon bench. Bit of work to do for the Swans here. Second term, thanks to Cryobo Health Group. Another stoppage here. Repeat stoppage is ball at the drop zone. Plenty of numbers around it. Ray Adams applying the tackle, and we'll do it all again.
And again, they got +4 on that defensive side there, Buzz.
We do Kirsch. One over the top whistle.
Yeah, we got a free kick for over
going
the
the way
shoulder.
of Joey's,
I hate the run
to reach
free
over the top. Going the way of Denning, who's been pretty impressive early stages. Kick to half forward, nearly a free kick.
Yeah.
To Allen, handball over the top. Foot race now. McLaughlin, he's quick. Just gets a nudge in the back. On the call, but then Allen meets him and the umpire.
The controlling umpire didn't pay it. I hate that too.
The umpire pays the free kick to Lusby. Could have gone either way.
Yeah.
Took the tackler on, but
It was high.
slipped a little high.
It was high.
So Lusby goes wider still towards Davis. It was a 2-on-1 contest. Just thumps it down. Stripped of it was Hanton.
On the full.
And it'll be thrown in.
On the full, deliberate. They're calling everything over there at the moment.
They've given it.
Was it quick?
They've given it to
Boundary umpires
Haynes.
called on the full.
Interesting to see what happens here. They converse, and it is out in the full.
No, he's calling it the other way.
He's calling it the other way. He's going to South Barwon. So confusion reigns in front of St Joey's box.
I reckon he's paid deliberate, and it's come off the St Joey's boot.
Bit of a puzzling one. I'm not sure that
the
was
boundary umpire
deliberate.
called on the full immediately.
He did, yeah.
Yep.
Hanson, in the pain of his own defensive 50, drives it down the line. Blair got two hands to it, just couldn't complete the mark. Ball on centre wing. Plenty of players around this one again. Good luck getting it out. And we'll toss it up.
Umpiring's been pretty good so far, Milky, to be honest.
Yeah, it hasn't been too bad.
Yep.
And like at the pace the game's being played, those touchy ones, you can't complain about them.
No.
50-50s. As long as they go, they square them up. Mawson gets his way through. Super Joe that's not Super Joe. Palioris tries to get his way through.
You're not getting through there, son.
You're not going anywhere, champ. Tried to crash his way through. Who was that? Siddle tried to crash his way through. Just got nowhere. Bang! Hit Haints, who just wears the normal black boots, which I love seeing.
Yeah, old school.
Yeah. Stacks on again after that ball up. Reed Adams all over his opponent.
He's going to
Umpire's going to ping him. He's going to ping him.
Oh, dear.
For lack. Is that against Mawson, is it?
Yeah.
Yep, it
He's
is.
just laying there like the Dolphins. So
Kershaw, look at this. He's spotted his teammate in Webb. Got him. Long sleeve or two. He's wearing two jumpers.
two
Two
Guernseys.
jumpers.
Oh,
Webb
look at
on, a little bit of candy.
Oh, nice
goes into the
left.
hot spot. Up almost over the Kelleher's head. It's picked off here by Verfith. Little hands. Gives it back. Down the line he goes, but just hits his opponent on the guts. And his opponent on this occasion is Jacko Davis.
I'm sure they didn't produce a long sleeve Anzac jumper, so that's why I'd be wearing one underneath.
That's a very good point, Barnesy.
I'm a thinking man, Kirsch. You know
are.
that?
You are indeed.
Yep, that'd just be the regular jumper underneath. The jumper over the top. Very nice. I think he fancies himself here, Jacko Davis. He's a superb kick.
Him.
He's a beautiful kick of the football, Jacko Davis. He's right in front of us. He'll kick from just inside 50, if
On the
not
white boots.
right on the paint.
He kicks it.
Jacko Davis. No, he centres it.
3/4.
Called it. Just fools everyone. Kicks to the top of the square. Lever got a fist in. Falls to McLaughlin. He's met quickly. And they jump on him.
Only three of them.
They made sure he wasn't going to weasel his way out of there. South Barwon will be tossed up just nearly at the point of the goal square for St Joey's.
They reckon they had a crack at him in there.
Yeah. So to be thrown up.
Work the kid over.
No mucking around. Kent wins it down. Allen sharks out of midair. Kick was smothered. Siddle
This has
gets
to be
the kick
deliberate.
out of there.
surely.
He just kicks to space. Dash touch. What's the decision?
Yes!
He pays
Yes! Look at me. I'm on camera.
It worked. It was deliberate all day.
No, it had to be deliberate.
He wasn't kicking to anyone in
No, he
particular.
was not.
But this is as tough as it gets for Daniel Lovick. As good as he
he'll
is.
pass it off. Lovick will pass
He's
it off.
tucked in on the right against the advertising hoardings.
3/4 kick as well, I reckon.
Yeah, he'll just square this ball up. You would have thought this is beyond him. It has to be.
Or he'll take him on the mark.
He's taking
I think he's going to centre it though.
Yeah.
He does. He pops it up, gives it plenty of air. Here comes Capra late. Couldn't quite get both hands to it. Scrummage forms. at the drop zone, and we'll throw it up again. 10 around from St Joey's' goal.
Big test for the
cleared out
Swans here.
straight away.
Last stoppage they had in this spot, they took it away almost, Joey's, and ran it in. Got to get their set up right.
15 out from the Joey's goal. Up they go.
There
Tap
he is.
down. There he is. Webb round the body. Got his third.
Well,
Bang!
That was their that was that even. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting why
It's not working.
South Barwon are getting dominated in clearances, and it's causing them some grief. Why they just don't man up on these stoppages. And there's a good example of why you don't
Contender,
go
no.
half and half. They're definitely
No.
a contender.
Oh,
was well
That's the
written,
best we've had all day, I suppose.
We didn't get a really good view of. Was it Ferguson's from the other side? We didn't really see.
yeah.
It was a left footer. There was a tough one in
Yeah.
that pocket for a left footer.
Yeah. Buzz has gone no. He's not writing it down, so he's.
I think we'll see better, hopefully, anyway.
Yep.
Yep.
That moves St Joey's on 2, 4, 5, 7 goals, 7-10. And out it comes again. Oof, they've mucked it up here. Kelleher tries to dish it across. Super Joe's in there. So too Haints gets a real ride into the ground. Bit of aggression there. Is that Siddle again?
Yep.
Yeah.
He goes
Got
in
the
hard.
angry
doesn't he?
pills on the old Siddle today, isn't he?
Well, he puts his
The
head
old
over it at
Siddle.
least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thrown up, just backward of the centre circles. Kent and Tudor doing battle. It was well done, really well done by Fisher.
Yeah,
Just
it was.
weaved away a path through the stoppage. Ball towards Blair. Got Mitchell out of the way and then wins the ball. Handball over the top. Davis to West. Inside
Good
ball,
kick.
nice. And finds Mawson.
Ooh, on the edge of the distance here.
Yeah, he's
Ball.
gone.
There
He's
he
going to
goes,
go
the
already.
handball off.
He's
And they told him, go back, Jakey boy. Have the shot.
wobbled one before.
30
Yeah, a
out.
chance to wobble it
He's
again.
30 out, nearly directly in front. Unsure why he wants to pass it off. Here
Well,
comes
there's Lever.
He's got
Lever.
Lever.
He ran to the wrong side though.
He did. He had to go to
Jay
his
Lever.
right-hand side.
And he comes, Mawson.
The big arc.
improves the angle.
The
It was
big
a big arc.
zoomage.
Wants it to come
He
back.
has got-
It falls short.
That's
Numbers
well
with
short.
Joey's actually Mitchell.
That's why one of the
And
handball.
they filter it back.
Yeah.
High up and under ball to half forward. Lovick does brilliantly well against Buchanan Hunt to win it down. Mitchell over
Big
the top.
fella.
Nice kick too. And Denning put in the hard yards in front of Lever and marks at half back. On this broadcast side, assesses the options, calls players forward for him. Just goes down the line towards us on centre wing. 2-on-1 contest.
Oh.
Flicked over brilliantly well by Holker and Lovick. Running onto it, but it's all
Look at
South
that.
Barwon.
Not a single
Not a
player
single
in
player
there.
inside
Pressed up.
50.
Coming
And it's
for him, though.
Ethan Baker. Here comes the cavalry. Look out. There's 4 chasing him. He beats them all. Kick inside is
Turnover.
biting off a lot more than he can chew, I reckon. Inside ball wasn't great. At ground level, he's got to be careful. He dived on
Look,
it.
he's gone, he's gone.
And he pays it.
You just saw him wanting to
Yep.
pay that.
Yeah.
Going the way of Riley Ferguson against Mawson and 50.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
The throw didn't carry the distance.
I
and he
reckon that's
pays
a
50.
stupid rule.
And it will go to the
That was
goal
a bit
line.
harsh.
No, I hate
That's
that rule.
very harsh.
You don't like that at all.
It still got to him
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly
It didn't
right.
really hold anything up.
Throw the damn thing back. If a player doesn't put his hands out to catch it, bad luck. Just give him the ball. You've won the free kick.
Boys, you saw that inside 50 by Lovick, then he had no one to kick to. The reason being is, do you remember that little fella was trying to handball off? Lever had taken Featherston up.
Yep.
Holgren had run after his man because they were trying to get the handball off him, and in the turnover, got him out the back. So
Spot on, Kirsch.
Meanwhile, Riley Ferguson kicks St Joey's. Yeah, yes, we're with
8th
you,
goal,
cameraman.
Milky.
8th goal, 8-10-58. They lead South Barwon 2-3-15 at the 22-minute mark of this second quarter, thanks to Cryo Bay Health Group even.
slow start for Fergie, but he's got back into it. 2 goals this quarter, and he's been a bit of a difference around those.
He's looked pretty lively running through the stoppages.
Does now, yep.
Yeah, I still think they could have perhaps set something up without that 50-metre penalty. I'm not a fan of that. That was rubbish.
Yeah.
Back in the guts, up they go. Ooh, the old don't argue.
It worked.
Good work on that occasion from, that's the boy, Broughton.
Oh, good
Goes
grab.
to centre
Grab.
forward. A good
It's
grab.
just
A
about a
really good
contender,
grab.
I'd say.
It is from Daniel Measures. Then peels it off to Ferguson, who's getting up into this game, making his presence felt. Webb calls it. Then decides to go straight to Brenton Reese. Reese ignores Measures.
Ooh.
Then comes straight to me. He has kicked this to me.
Good punch by
As the ball
Lusby.
is fisted away and over the boundary line. Like the look of Lusby. Has a crack.
Yep. Certainly a big body.
It goes in hard.
Yeah. On the North Ballarat supplement list, I believe, for this season. Ben
The
Lusby.
way they're going, State South Barwon.
Kent just eased out of the way by Tudor. Here is the man we speak of. He's suplexed on the ground. Be thrown up regardless. So nearing half time, I should say. 58 plays 15. St Joey's way here on Anzac Day.
A few spots on my phone. It's got a bit dark outside.
Yeah, just a bit of light drizzle. Kent Lusby just wanted it. Dishes out the back. Broughton, well tackled by Reed Adams. He's not getting out of that. That was a vice-like grip right in front of us, and will be thrown up. Just 17 years of age, Jonty Broughton Milky. He's
don't want it raining at half time with the vice captain have to go out there and get an interview.
No, I think he's nerved up a little bit too. Kent wins it down to Broughton. Left foot ball out of the pack towards West.
Just stayed in.
Fumbles it over right on centre wing, still on this broadcast side, and it will be tossed in. So just to repeat, 58 plays 15 as we near half time, second term, thanks to Corio Bay Health Group.
Spinning ball, in it comes. Tudor knocks it down to Davis, in fact. Ferguson goes in, gets one high. Umpire didn't see it. Loose ball comes out to Haints. Haints' kick goes to centre foot. Holcren, no. The boundary line tumbles over on the full. And a relieving free kick to the South Bowen defender in Verfeth. Verfeth just a little one over to Siddle. Siddle just pops one up. His teammate there in Richards. Was it Richards?
Gowers.
Yep. Gowers, sorry. Goes over to his mate in Dillon.
Kick. That's better movement.
And again to Lever. Lever's now got it at centre half back.
What they don't want to do is bring it back this side.
Goes straight down the guts. Oh, Broughton.
Move it quicker.
Goes, just kicks it to a contest, in fact. But the loose balls come out to McCaskill. McCaskill now gives it over to his teammate in Hogan. Can they just link this one up? Goes back to Hogan. He's wrapped up by two. They did just one too many, I reckon, there, boys.
Absolutely.
And the ball comes out of Joey's by Reese.
Paliuris just waxes momentarily with Reed Adams. Now Reese gets it back. Good hard running from Brenton Reese. Denning goes this way and that. Verfeth wraps him up for the Stones' hands. A pretty good. Kelleher
Quick.
has to win it in front of Lever. Does, but he's met by two. Goes again. Jeez, that's a heavy collision. Gee, it was Reese Woods who went in very hard on Kelleher.
Did it look dangerous, or was it just...
He's just been
more
hard.
side on?
He
Yeah.
went very hard, but he did have his head over the footy, Kelleher, so they want to protect that, of course. Head is sacrosanct. So Kelleher at left half forward, right on the paint of 50. Improves the angle. He's called to play on. Gets inside his man, Kelleher, and drives it from 48 across the goal. And Fisher marks in the opposite back
I
pocket.
wasn't barracking for either side there, but it would have been just a nice goal. Fisher, out he comes. Oh, good ride there on that occasion by Baker, but the crumbs are picked up by Tudor, smothered. Riley Ferguson, what can he do? He tries to wrap up Verfeth. Oh, that was a bit of a throw by Jimmy Allen. Finishes up with Measures, who puts it out in the full. A bloke that can hit blokes down the line on the tit, gets in front of goal and shits him. Gets nervous.
Rushed it a bit.
Yeah.
Backman.
Yeah, that's what it is.
They don't know what to do. Centre off the ground. Forward.
So it's Lever to bring South Bowen back in.
Done a good job on Featherstone Lever.
He has. Decides to square it up a little bit. Goes to Christian West.
That's where they're going to get him.
Back to Lever, and then puts it in a contest of Davis and Tudor. Webb wrapped up in the tackle right in front of the Kicks commentary truck. And the boundary umpire blows the whistle and says, I'm going to throw it up, and don't I look good today?
Tossed up just forward to centre wing for St Joey's. Tudor and Davis. Tudor will give that one to the St Joey's ruckman. Good hands. Went to the voice. Did Ferguson over to Alan Webb. That's silky. And then his hands were brilliant to Ferguson. That's goal of the day. That's silky.
Webb. A little bit of instep.
Jeepers.
He's classy, isn't he?
That's United Fuels team stuff right there.
That is the United Fields goal of the day. Hands down.
Yep.
Brilliant team goal for St Joey's.
Third for the quarter.
They move on to 9-10.
That was the pride of Erin. Yeah, the pride of Erin. 2 forward, 2 back.
Yep.
Fair income.
9-10-64 St Joey's, South Bowen 2-3-15. We've played 27.5 minutes second term thanks to Corio Bay Health Group, and that is, I suggest, goal of the day, Milky.
Going to take a lot of beating, that one, mate. If that gets beaten, we'll be looking at the goal of the year, I reckon.
They'd have to share that goal, the award.
I would
really
think
well
so.
played by them then.
Back in the guts, Tudor wins this one, knocks it down. Fisher intercepts, tries to win it, gets it over to his teammate in Baker. Puts it out as the ball comes back out. Ferguson, the old look-away handball, goes against him on this occasion. Lands in the hand of Alistair Mars, goes deep. Good fist away on that occasion by Callum Mitchell. And we'll have a throw-in. 20 around from the South Bowen goal. Gee whiz, I'm still getting over that goal. That was just really classy stuff.
Good slap out, good clearance, good everything.
Looks a handy pickup, Luke Webb, that's for sure.
Handy.
Yeah, a bit better than
Been
that
terrific
now.
today.
Tossed in, Tudor convincingly against Blair. Ball at ground level. I think it's going to go far from half forward.
Oh, he's paid a hold.
Oh, and the umpire, in a chance to clear the congestion, has paid a free kick out of nowhere going the way of Tudor. Not sure that was entirely
not
there.
sure either. Yep.
Goes short, very short indeed. But Mark still paid to James Hickey. He's
Keep
at
quiet,
half-back.
James Hickey.
He has. Lucky
Yep.
the sun isn't out, Milky, because he does have a rather large head that does occasionally just solar eclipse things. Well done by Dylan. Weaved his way out of trouble. Now Siddle. Chiseling ball to half forward.
there
West
he
had a
is.
lot to
There we
do. Really nice mark. Chopped
Oh.
off. Goes a long
Good
way
kick.
back. It was a good kick. Capra. Then goes back out the opposite side. The switches on and guess who? Webb
He's
in
got another
plenty
one.
of space. Nice looking kick too. Oh,
grab.
Fisher had to go back with a flight. in
Jacko
front of
Davis was
Jimmy Allen
free
and Davis.
halfway. The short kick was on there instead of the long
take
kick.
the easy option sometimes.
Yeah. Good chop off there by Fisher. He's been good for South Barwon.
He has been good.
Really good. Goes down the line. But it's all St. Joey's in there. 4-on-1. And they cough up as the siren goes. So if we could just pan the scoreboard just to get this half-time score on the
go.
Corio Bay Health Group.
Oh,
It's
look at that
9-10-64. That's St. Joseph's. They lead South Barwon 2-3-15. That's very much not the way the game started, was it, boys?
No, it wasn't.
In fact, they've started well both quarters, South Barwon. They controlled the first, well, the couple of minutes in that quarter, but certainly the first 10 in the first. But it's a sort of 8-goal margin already at half time. We might come back. We'll take a break. We'll see what time we have around the grounds. There's no around the grounds yet. We'll come back with our
just
goal
kicking off.
kickers and our best players and our thoughts on this fantastic day. Weather's held off really well. So we'll come back after a short break. Kicks. Country Footy FM 89.3. Sorry, it is Country Footy.
For the Bendigo Bank and Buckley's Entertainment Centre.
Buckley's Entertainment Centre third quarter. 64 plays 15. Up they go. Tudor and Davis. Tudor gets it on the second slap. Knocks it out in front of his Buchanan Hun to ground level. There he is again. Lusby. Tishes off to Woods. Woods goes down the line. Fist away from McCaskill. And wrapped up in a tackle immediately was Jolie Edwards. And the ball goes over the boundary line in his partner in crime in Trent Richards. Again, they start
once
with
more.
first use.
Yep.
Once more. Spot on. That's what Shane Jack was talking about. The halftime break. In saying that, though, is a lot of work for the Swans to weave their way back into this contest. On Anzac Day, Baker went with one hand. Fisher tries to dish wide, got the call from McCaskill. His handball to Lusby put him under a lot of pressure. Dylan finds a way through, drives it inside 50 towards Kent, pats it down. Hogan reads it best at the front of the pack, then lays a strong tackle. We'll have the ball up about 15 metres out, directly in front. So once more, Kerr, South Barwon doing the early running.
Interesting to note that both stoppages, they've all been paired off. So
Yep. Kent run it down, but just goalkeeping in the end pretty much was Paliuris on the
That'll
defensive
almost be a
side.
deliberate
They're
one,
really
isn't it?
deliberate.
Not a paid.
We wait,
Not
and
a
he calls it.
Yeah. Don't you just love it when the umpire
Yeah.
charges over?
You know
So
he's
the
gonna
free
do
kick
it.
taken by Ethan
But it had to
Baker.
be.
Yeah.
Consistency,
Yeah,
bang,
absolutely.
had to be paid.
Yep.
That's all we ask for, Milky.
Don't ask
As
for
long as they're
much.
consistent.
And cold beer.
Yep. So
get
Baker
that.
chiseling ball
Ooh.
inside. Capra dropped the mark. Blair hooks around on the left foot. Near side.
Not much consideration of a handball there from old Brett Blair, but
2-3-15.
when you're the
South
full
Barwon.
forward, you have to take those shots.
That's it.
Crowd don't pay to watch a full forward handball.
And he
Kerr
just
should
said, with a mouthful of food, Kirsch meant the crowd don't pay to watch a full forward handball. Measures, kicks to himself, then goes to the outer side. Up. Oh, Baker tried to take the mark. Rebound. The outer side, a little chip kick out in front of McCaskill. What can he do? Tries to take on Kershaw. You shouldn't have done that, son, because Kershaw... No, out of bounds. When I heard the whistle, I thought they might have paid the free kick for the shove.
Just slipped the tackle in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just went to ground.
And that was, again, I'll translate that, went to ground.
I'm right now.
Yeah.
Toss back in. Just outside the paint of 50 for the Swans. Tudor convincingly down. Strong tackle laid at the drop zone. It'll be thrown up again.
So they want to get off to a good start, hence putting Tudor straight in the ruck from the word go.
Yep. Joel Edwards has snuck forward too, I can see, for South Barwon. Got Dan Measures for company. No easy task. Another clearance. It's Ferguson this time for St Joey's.
Oh, well played.
Was really well attacked, and now McLaughlin at half forward. Handball inside. Davis was
You
met
can't do
solidly, really solidly to Webb, and there could be a bit of demonstration here. They come
coming
for
in.
Reece Woods. They might go hard. Luke Webb's taking the mark inside
I'd be
50.
staying right there if I was you, Luke.
And-
Webb.
Yeah,
You've got
keep
the
walking
ball.
the other way. Go the
Yeah.
other way, Jam.
Absolutely.
ball
There's a scrimmage
30
on in
out.
the middle. It was Davis who got the handball over the top, and it was Reece Woods, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah, it was.
who came late and slid him down the middle. Not sure if he got him in the head or not. It was a heavy.
Got him up in the middle of the
Yeah,
chest.
Either way,
I think
look,
he's
look,
okay.
look at Ben.
Flush.
Look at Ben Capra stream forward wanting a goal.
No, Webb. You don't. Yeah.
So Webb, I think he's
He was
been.
actually 5 metres closer before.
He was.
He was.
I think he cost himself a
Yeah,
little.
he has.
Yeah, spot on, boys.
He's got
Anyway,
himself dead in front, but 5 metres back.
he had a very strong first half. Luke Webb. He comes in from just inside 50.
matter.
Starts it right, brings it back.
He needed the angle.
5 metres
quite-
might have made a massive difference. This is his first minor score.
3 goals, 1 Milky.
Yep. Sorry, Woods kicks it out wide. The instigator of all of that. Then the centering kick towards Davis. That's mucked up. Trying to crash their way through. Ball's picked up on that occasion by Hogan again. But it's Mitch Fisher. Did I say that? Mitch Fisher.
Yep.
Yeah, Fisher
Full
brings
of
it into
food
the
in their
centre of the ground. Oh, good kick in the end.
Lovely get
Finds
to go
Buchanan.
Yeah,
Hun
got to get it in.
They got numbers at the back here.
goes long. Oh, the numbers at the back almost intercepted by Morrison. Then goes
He
back
did
and
well.
gets it. Did really well. Ball comes out there by Richards, but it's just picked off by Kershaw. His kick doesn't hit a target. The captain in Capra dishes off the handball. Picked off. Oh!
Wrong side for the umpire.
Really
too.
was, because he definitely got a handball away there,
He
boys.
had to have guessed there.
That was a guess.
Siddle. His kick is intercepted on this occasion by Haints. Haints' kick goes in front of Callagher. Callagher turns on the afterburners, puts it out in front, but Jay Lever has played pretty well back there.
Good game.
It's been good.
apart from that one.
Perfect.
Intercepted by Webb. Wheels round
Clever.
the right foot. McLaughlin's there
Clever
and
kick.
marks out the back. Clever kick. Good size, make you pay.
Your goal, Milky.
The old commentator's curse on him there.
I just watched when Webb had that. Featherston was screaming for it.
Yeah, saw that.
Yeah.
So Jacko
Really
McLaughlin runs around, wants the J curve.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, look
wide.
at
Didn't look like
nuts.
missing. Jacko McLaughlin, he gets his first for the day. And they are firing on all cylinders now, the Joeys.
That'll be 10.
Yeah, we spoke about earlier in the game about whether they're going to be able to kick scores this year, but this defensive, probably 6 or 7 have been together for a long time now, so they're very well drilled down back as well, and you can see that when the ball goes in their defensive half, they defend first, then they provide a little bit of run and creativity.
On the Buckley's Entertainment scoreboard, 10-11-71 St Joey's, South Barwon 2-4-16 at the almost the 6-minute mark of this third quarter. Up they go again. Oh, Tudor wins it again, up really high. Fisher working really hard in the guts there, puts it out in front of his teammate. Kershaw keeps it in play, gives it to Capra. Capra's kick smothered. Can he find the boundary line? He does. And it goes over the boundary line. Good work on that occasion by Trent Richards.
Yep. Jumped across and forced the smother.
Seems to me Trent Richards and Joel Edwards have been at South Barwon for 200 years. They just seem like they've been there forever, and they're not even old, are they?
Always
No.
playing around that half-forward line.
Yep.
55 points the margin then. Third term thanks to Buckley's. St Joey's Wade Davis won it down. There is Richards. He gives away a free kick for in the back to Kieran Paliuris. Goes short. Measures makes hard work of an easy mark.
Yeah.
Holds it in the end though. He's at centre half back or thereabouts. Looks across goal and drives it to the outer side
Just
towards
experience
Lovick.
there.
Yeah, real good use of the body. Dishes to Hickey quickly, and here they go. The St Joey's train. Tudor
Oh,
tries to
he
get
gone,
inside.
he
Baker
gone.
couldn't. There was not much forward a field. So good tackle by Ethan Baker, who started this third term pretty well. Quick inside 50's nice.
well
And Blair read that best. Takes the mark and will take a shot directly in front. 40 out.
That's what I've been calling for when they have those balls sort of 70 out. They've just got to wheel and go and get it in there.
Yep.
What happened there? Blair's reads the footy pretty well. He gets to front position.
Spot on, Barnesy.
Got 1-1 for the day.
He's a long run up, but that's the way he rolls. Brady's always
Likes a bit of camera time.
He just sticks to his routine. As Kirsch will tell you, it's an important facet.
He's running from the back pocket though on this one.
He comes in, gets under it a little bit, didn't hit it flush at all.
Got very close to the man on the mark.
He didn't he? For a long run up.
He got sucked in. The man on the mark, well, he had his back to it. He's gone back.
54 points the margin, thanks to Buckley's third term.
Ball comes out from the kick out. Reed Adams takes it. Easy mark. Paliuris gets it across. Back to Measures. Measures kick. Oh, hot.
Measured it.
Yeah, measured it, all right. Hot ground level was Jimmy Allen. He gives it down. Oh, good grab there by Halkren. Laces out. He goes down to Haints, who's in the pocket.
Yep.
Doesn't let him down.
Incredible passage of play. There was 3 kicks, I reckon, that were an inch away from the South Barwon hand.
Yeah.
Just precision passing, and they've got it from one end of the ground to the other. Could be coast to coast.
Well, I reckon 7 minutes is up. Would that be about right?
Yeah.
5 to 7's up for South Barwon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8.5 minute mark.
Yeah, there you go. They've had their moment, so
In comes Brand Haints.
good kick.
Good kick. He's a great kick for goal.
is.
Just bang, straight through the middle. His first, surprisingly, for me anyway.
Played a lot for the middle.
He has. He's played right through the middle of the ground. Probably a bit disappointing there for South Barwon. Like, there was a really good piece of pressure in the middle and good inside 50. Not the best of kicks, and then coast to coast. Good teams will hurt you, so you got to make them pay.
So on the Buckley's Entertainment scoreboard,
60 points, Milky.
60 points.
Yeah, 10 goals.
Wow, I reckon that's 12 goals, 11. Got we right? 12-11?
Yep.
We'll get it on the next one. 12-11 to 2-4, I think it is.
Yep. 10 goal margin, I reckon I'm backing myself in with my average maths. Back in the middle, Davis. I reckon I'm right though, Milky. Lusby got it back. There is the goal kicker Haints who wraps Lusby up and then drags him down with the help of Super Joe right in the middle of Drew Reserve. You don't want to be tackled on that cricket pitch either. That's nasty. All the artificial concreting there. Well done by Denning, only as far as Broughton for South Barwon. Just drops it. Yep, holding the footy. Pressure again from Joey. He's going the way of Denning. This free kick dishes quickly. It'll work in the end. They go short. Haynes worked wide. That stoppage. Good smother by Hogan. Still numbers with Joey's here though. They work it to the back. Well tackled Kershaw. And it's a throw. Go the way of Hogan for South Barwon at centre half back. No, it doesn't. Umpire tells him to give it to Joel Edwards, the man who laid the tackle. Goes wide. Lusby again. Had good numbers today, as Kirsch has said at half-time. Inside 50,
Downfield,
dumped after he kicked it. So it'll be downfield, and I think it'll go to Mitch Fisher.
He wants it over Mawson because we know
Super
Mawson's not making the
but
difference.
the umpire's onto him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to give
There
him
it is. There's the ball.
So
There it
Fisher
was.
from the boom 50 to the teeth of goal. Levers snuck down. The fist of Ben Capra stopping him from kicking a goal.
He just doesn't want to kick it, does he?
No. There's no chance from that far out.
The ball's come out from full-back. It's finished up in the hands of Jacko Davis. He's fine. Or almost gone was Mitchell. The ball's come back to Super Joe, who's wrapped up in a tackle. Gang tackled, in fact. Umpires let the ball go. Comes wide, and it's just chopped off on this occasion by the South Barwon defender who gets it.
I think it was.
Hanson goes to Woods. Woods again brings it out to the kicks commentary truck. Trent Richards takes them up, wheels around on that left foot of his, goes to centre half forward, looking for Blair. 1, 2, 3, oh! Just about got it, but it's knocked away from him. Comes back to that man. Bouncy, 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 bouncy.
Goal.
Ricky's got it.
Yep.
2 goals, 2 to Brett Blair for the afternoon.
Again, had the hands on, but there was no hesitation.
No.
So on the Buckley's Entertainment scoreboard, that takes South Barwon to 3 goals, 6-24. St Joey's 11-11-77 at almost the 12-minute mark of this third quarter.
So I was right.
Oh, so I was right. It's
The
not all
handball-
about you.
The handball was on Barnesy, but you might have looked up and thought, hang on, this is a ruckman.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give it to the ruckman.
He was in a bit of better position that time on his right foot as well, but I don't think he even thought about the ruckman. I don't think it computed. Could have been wearing any jumper. He wasn't handballing
exactly,
into it.
yeah.
Any height.
He went to the school of Kershaw.
Yeah,
2
absolutely.
goals, 2 for the afternoon, and they're out again here, Joey's.
Making
It's
a handball.
Ferguson, goal side, chiselling ball is beautiful.
Perfect.
That is pinpoint precision and finds the chest of Cam Tudor directly in front. Beautiful ball movement again, Kirsch.
Yeah, absolutely. And, again, they hit the one that hit out, but won the clearance.
Very easy exit, must be said.
It's one of those ones where two South Barwon players tackled an opposition.
Yeah,
and
two at one.
got
Yeah,
out,
exactly
so
right.
led to the outnumber.
A shooter. No goals for him today. 4 in round 1, though, against Bell Park.
Played a lot in the ruck today, hasn't he?
He has. He's a beautiful kick of the football. Him and Jacko Davis never look like missing, really.
Do not.
His first. St Joey's eased the margin out even further. This is a commanding performance from the 2015 Premier.
That takes them on to 12-11, I'm certain. Doesn't it? 12-11?
Yep.
To 3 goals, 6, in fact. 6, yes?
Yep.
That's on the Buckley's Entertainment scoreboard. And those shepherd's pies aren't bad at all, let me tell you.
No complaints up this end either.
Not bad. As it's back in the guts. Up they go. Oh, Davis again wins it. Overrunning it on that occasion. His South Barwon teammate, Adams, picks it off, dishes off the handball to Callagher. Callagher goes wide, puts it out in front of Holken. Gee, grabs him late, doesn't he? Just in the...
That was behind his head almost.
Holgren spears it in. He's got Webb there, doesn't let him down.
Beautiful.
I like this boy.
I like him. He's worth watching, isn't he?
He is.
Yep. The big, I'm tipping the big fella in Featherstone to be saying, can you get him out of my territory?
Been almost the decoy today, hasn't he, Featherstone?
They seem to be going for him rather than Featherstone. But he's coming in. He has 3 goals, 1 to his name at the moment.
Yes, 4
Luke
goals,
Webb.
1. Now?
He hasn't kicked it yet.
He has.
He has kicked 4 goals, 1. He wasn't going to miss that one, was he?
No, he's actually he's got a very nice ball drop. He's very skillful footballer.
He's got long arms too.
For their length.
Yep. Yes. Long arms for their length. St Joey's 13-11-89. They lead South Barwon 3-6-24 on the Buckley's Entertainment scoreboard at the 14.5-minute mark of this third quarter.
I mentioned it at half-time, things could get really ugly for South Barwon if it continues.
Yeah.
Could stretch out a long way.
Just all the indicators are starting to sway again. You know, we said about that 8-minute mark before, but probably got to about 10 minutes this quarter and it's starting to sway again. So,
yep, certainly danger times for the Swans. Barnsley spot on. Could get a bit nasty if they're not careful. 65 points, the current margin. Third term here on Anzac Day. Drew reserve. Convincing fist from Davis, but set up behind the ball is good from Joey's, as it always is, really. Ferguson extraction only as far as West. Good tackle nearly in the back from Reed Adams, but nothing doing. Hogan goes in low. Tackled by that man Ferguson again, umpire circles. And we'll throw it up. So Joey's very, very strong outfit. Small sample size in the opening 2 rounds, but they couldn't have been any more impressive in round 1 against Bell Park, and today is no exception. Davis, Lusby, his kick was intercepted, and that handball intercepted from Lovick by Broughton, and then was ripped off it. So on the free kick, the 17-year-old.
Just looked a little bit sort of off the pace, a little bit Lovick on the wing. He must be just adjusting, I'm sure.
So Broughton drives it inside 50 for South Barwon. Jeez, over the top was Mitchell in the back of Blair. Fisher picks it up and then ridden into the ground by Hickey. No free kick for in the back. It looked a bit in the backish.
In the back-ish. It's either in the back or it's not. It can't be in the back-ish.
Thrown in 15 around from home.
It's like a little bit pregnant. Not happening. Spinning ball. Up it goes. Throwing a big fist at it on that occasion was Denning. Misses it. Crummers the head to the big Kent, I think that is. Yep. Did he kick it out in the full? Yes, he did.
There's a ruckman trying to get on the fly.
So it's Brenton Reese has it in the back pocket. Little chip kick to Adams. Reed Adams has got it. Little 30-metre pass from Reese. Still calling for it down the line. Joe McCullough is the target, but Woods.
He's got him, Super Joe.
I don't know if you saw that off the play, Barnsley, but he held him coming up at the play.
Yeah.
That's 50.
It's going to be 50.
I knew he was going to do it because he looked straight at him because he told him twice.
He didn't pick up on it, Reece.
No, he didn't. He actually thought it was South Barwon's ball, but the umpire had said to him twice.
Yep.
Give it back.
Yeah, the umpire couldn't have done much more to let him know.
He was just completely oblivious then.
Yet did you see it? Was it last night or the night before where they played on the kick to goal and there was no 50 in that in the AFL? So I reckon we're overreacting in the local footy.
Yep.
There wasn't much in that. And the ball finished up at Tudor. Can he get another one for the quarter? No, he can't. Wobbly old kick. I think they're overreacting, the local
Yeah,
boys.
it wasn't much in it, but I'll never stick up for him, but he did actually yell out twice to give it back to Joe, so
Couldn't have been much clearer.
it's gone.
Just a basic human error from
think-
Reece Woods, no harm intended.
Those are better being paid than the ones where he threw it back to him and it just didn't quite carry.
Yeah,
I think
correct.
I'd rather those being paid the last one.
Here's Kent at halfback for South Barwon. 66 points the margin now. High up. Oh! Mitchell with a right and a half over.
His second crack in the last
Yeah,
couple of
he's
minutes.
building up confidence.
Yeah.
There in the end, was it?
Yeah.
No, it was Baker, I think, in the end, actually. Excuse me. Good fire from Gallon Mitchell. He's had Brett Blair for company pretty much the whole day. Zach Morrison makes his way onto him, though, and makes a complete fool of the comments. But take my word for it. Siddle did well, had to stick his head over the footy. Ball's on the far centre wing.
You know no one else can see that. Buzz. No one else can see it. I
that
wouldn't
is
know
true.
what
I shouldn't have said
you
anything.
dumped yourself in, champ.
But trust me on that, he has been playing on Brett.
Yeah.
Ball will be tossed up, centre wing out of side. 66 points the margin, Milky.
Up they go again. Might have been one on that occasion by Tudor. No, sorry, Denning. Ball's finished up to the running Super Joe. He just kicked. He's looking for rain. He's trying to be... Oh, a big jump on
He
that
actually
occasion by
kicked it
Tudor.
and ran off and didn't even watch Tudor
Yeah.
mark
Where-
it. So I don't know whether he got injured when he kicked it.
So Tudor's
Yeah, he must have
Taken the mark.
It was weird.
part of the... He just perhaps knew it was part of his rotation.
Yeah, but he didn't even look to see where it went. He just kicked it and ran off.
He wasn't that far away from it. If it was spoiled, it might have gone back to him.
So it's Tudor that'll be having a shot. He's about 45, 42 metres out. Comes in. Low spearing kick just to the right. He now has 1-3 for the afternoon.
So Reece Woods, South Barwon captain, assessing the options from the kick in. Not much to go to. He has Kent over the top, little short option.
Clark Kent.
Goes short again to Gowers. At half back, drives it to this broadcast side. Not much in support though. Mitchell takes the mark. Handball over the top. Capra to Hickey James in the middle of the ground. Nice.
Hickey
And
James.
finds Haints. Hickey James. Haints been busy.
Yes.
Finds Denning, who has
Been
been
an option.
equally busy. He's been good around the ground.
He's trying to short
That isn't
pass
his
now,
best
though.
though. It's probably getting his capabilities mixed up with expectation. Dylan got his handball clear to
Should have
Richards,
numbers
but a
now.
tumbling ball, but it's all St Joey's. Morrison at true centre half back, kicks it to the middle of the ground, fisted away by Gowers. South Barwon with all the numbers here. It's a
numbers.
full
Can't pick it up.
but
No.
Lusby just couldn't pick the ball up, and now they can neutralise the contest at Joey's.
It's the shape of that ball there, Buzz.
That's it. It's a funny
If we were
shape
playing
thing.
Gaelic, it would have just popped straight up to
That's
him.
it.
Back in the guts, umpire directing traffic. Denning with the old backhander.
Oh, worked well.
Gets it out to Paliuris, the skinny Paliuris. Gets it over to Ferguson. By hand to Haints. Paliuris runs past again. Gets ignored. Goes to Featherstone. Takes the mark. Plays on
inside
immediately.
50.
Gives it to McLaughlin. McLaughlin squares it up. Oh, good stretch.
Beautiful.
Really good stretch.
Another in 50 for him.
Oh, that's Adams, isn't it?
Alan.
Allen,
Jimmy
rather.
Allen.
Jimmy Allen, sorry, I meant. Jimmy Allen.
Well
good
done by the
stretch from
ruckman
him.
there.
Yeah.
A little bit of 360 angle
Yeah.
on the ruck hit out. Dangerous spot to hit it to, but must have knew the numbers were there.
Yep. Jimmy Allen has not scored for the afternoon so far. But he's pretty much straight in front. Comes in. Goal umpire runs to his
Maybe
right.
50, I believe.
Got it.
Yeah.
But he's got it anyway. And that is St Joseph's 13th.
I reckon you're right, Milky. We'll find out in a minute.
13th.
4, 7, 9,
14.
14, 13, 97. At the 22-minute mark, they lead South Barwon 3-6-24. 60 points is out, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up to 70.
And I'm with Barnesy. I reckon this could be 100.
Yeah, it's looking like it.
Yeah. So 70 points to margin, third term, thanks to Buckley's. Getting dangerous for the Swans now. Joey's have been imperious today.
Imperious.
Ball just outside
Yeah.
the centre circles.
Yeah, where'd you get that one?
I made it up. Don't know what it means, but I heard someone say it and it sounded intelligent.
Dropped it off.
So to be thrown up.
Hang on, I'll just pick that word up off the floor of the bus.
Kent. Haints has had a busy third term. Holgren, his hands were good, but Allen went without it for the moment. Well done by Kershaw. He's wrapped up though
Twice
and
he's been done.
dispossessed.
Ooh, Dad's not
Illegal
happy.
That'll be having
disposal.
a chat
Dad's not happy.
The thing
Siddle
sometimes.
dishes quickly to the left-footed Verfurth on the right side for him. Worked that one out. Mark taking the 2 number ones competed, but measures for St Joey's. Won it and then kicks across goal.
Skinny bloke. Who's this skinny bloke?
Plenty of time and space for Kieran Paliuris, who finds James Hickey.
Not so skinny bloke.
Centre half back, thick head.
Yeah.
Goes in the middle of the ground. Finds Jacko Davis. That's a nice kick inboard to Holgren. Has a bit of space to work into. Kicks long. Levers in trouble. There's numbers with Joey's out the back here.
McLaughlin,
Foot race
look
on.
at this
McLaughlin read it best and dribbles it home. He's got 2 goals too. And Joey's are 76 points in front.
They had nowhere to go then.
Just they carved them up in the back
Yeah,
half.
yeah.
Like just pull the trigger on the 45s, come back into the corridor. That long kick got him out the back.
I might have mentioned at half time that they haven't been playing sort of beautiful, good-looking football. But this quarter they have, Joey's.
Yeah.
They've been hitting their targets that they were missing earlier, and they look almost untouchable.
Yeah, they look imperious at the moment.
Yeah.
Serious? Oh, yes, that's it. That's the word of
Buzz, I want you to have one each week.
It's the word of the
The
day.
word of the day.
Buzz's word of the day, and just chuck it in there.
And it doesn't have to actually be a word. We have to work out if it's a real word or not.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Up they go. Holtgren into the ruck at this
Yeah.
stage. Goes that pass in the path of Jimmy Allen, but Fisher chops it off. Sends South Barwon into attack. Into the path of Mawson. What can he do? He's out foxed by Hickey. But the ball comes back and they're hanging on to each other there. The umpire lets them go. Ball's in dispute. Umpire, nothing. Give it to me. We'll have a ball up. 77 points the margin.
Yeah, 76 or 7. One of the two, Milky.
Yeah.
Take your pick.
Up high. He hasn't let him down either. He's been pretty good for the day, I reckon, Luke Davis. Your mate Sticks.
It's just been lacking ground support at times,
Yep.
I think.
Go through it all again. So he gets another crack at it. He's had 3 opponents, so he's pretty much done it all by himself. Oh, Super Joe tries to crash his way through. Ball comes out to Rees. Comes back to Capra, the captain. Puts it up to Big Featherston. Big jump. But at the ground level is McLaughlin and a foot race against his opponent in Dillon. The 2 number 2s as the ball goes spinning on its end and over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in.
Free kick.
Oh, no, free
to
kick.
Dylan for a hold.
Okay.
Just went on with the tackle a little bit, McLaughlin. So Dylan out wide, not his best. Chopped off by Haints. Poor kick going to the outer side. So Brent Haints, very busy third term as I mentioned. Busy game in fact. That's a
Spears.
beautiful
Oh,
kick
what a
to
kick.
Featherstone at half
Have a
forward
shot,
and
son.
wheels around. Big booming right boot. Richards has to fly. Palieris at the back. Just dropped the mark.
Umpires
Nearly
on the
took
correct
it.
Side, yep.
He was. And he's not going to ping him, is he?
He's gonna ping him.
You-
Yep.
Geez, that's harsh. That is. He's trying to take
well.
the mark,
And then
three
didn't take it, but
three
did drag
jumped on
it in.
him. Did drag it in, but I'm
Yeah.
not sure what he's meant to do, Milky, in that sort of situation. But anyway, ball's in the hands of Jonty Broughton at half back. No one on the mark, so goes short and finds Blair, but mistimed his jump and burst his hands, which is unlike him. He's usually got pretty good ones. Richards cops it up. McCaskill, the first gamer, overran it. Rees, Callagher darts inside.
Super
From the paint
Give us a double! Come on!
Give us
Super Joe!
He's giving us nothing.
Super Joe gets 2. Margin pushes beyond 80 points thanks to Buckley's Entertainment Centre third term. The score reads 16-13, 109 St Joey's. South Barwon 3-6-24. We've played 26 and a half minutes. Third term.
Well, as you mentioned, we may be in danger of a Bradman's-like score here. But
I'd like to see the biggest Anzac Day margin between the two. I wouldn't have thought they'd be.
wouldn't have thought. I reckon
There was a
just
big
about-
there was a big score last time they played here.
Yeah, it was 50-something, wasn't it?
Was it?
I thought
Yeah.
maybe 10 goals. The ball comes out of the middle. Gee, crashing his way through again was Trent Richards.
Ooh.
Rebounded.
Yeah,
danger.
Or got one here, kicking in danger. It's a big fella who hasn't stopped trying all day in Luke Davis. Ball goes straight up the guts. Blair tries to take
well
a mark
read.
at the back. Mawson has another go at him.
That's his
Bang, got
distance.
another one.
That's his
That's his
distance.
distance.
Yep, 30.
Jake Mawson, 22
Just-
metres out, and he
Yep.
just got it over the line.
Slightly subdued celebration, just a little finger work. He knows the score, but it's not going to stop him celebrating.
That
No.
that gives them their 4th goal. 4 goals, 6:30. 79 points margin behind St Joseph's 16-13, 109 at the 27.5 minute mark, thanks to Buckley's Entertainment Centre. Bit of life, but not sure how long it'll last.
It's an errant kick there from, was it Holgren in the middle?
Yep.
Kicking in danger. Get the ball moving quick. Doesn't matter if you're 10 goals down or 10 goals up. Quick ball movement. It's hard to stop sometimes.
Spot on. Back in the middle, Davis. Seemed to want a lot of hits this quarter.
Certainly have.
Lovick won it down ahead of Buchanan Hunt. Handball finds Davis though. Siddle at the back to Fisher. Hasn't stopped trying. To Broughton, who kicks to half forward. Asks a lot of Blair. Really good defending from Mitchell. Hogan keeps
well
it
done.
in.
He's gonna get it.
Sockers to himself and then goes again. Little bit of fancy footwork. Chopped off though. Morrison does well. Rode the tackle
The glove.
and the bump. And then Rees on the left foot, spinning ball.
little fella.
Pitches in front of Dylan and just suited McLaughlin.
Jeez.
He knows his way around a bit of trouble,
the
McLaughlin.
Joe.
Super Joe got rid of two.
Funny kick.
And then the kick in the middle is puzzling, to say the least. Buchanan Hunt down the middle, nicely done. Easy as you like. And finds Baker directly in front, 30 out.
I can kind of see what Super Joe was after. There was about 4 or 5 Joey's players around, but he was screwing it across the body with his opposite foot.
It's a low percentage, Barnesy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Never
come
bring
on.
it back to the corridor.
At this stage of the day, you may as well go for your high percentage stuff. Get a bit fancy.
So in comes Baker. You speak of celebrations, Barnesy. This is a man who
Yes.
doesn't mind one, but I doubt he'll pull much out today as he comes in. Yep, and nonchalantly turns around and accepts a high five. He's kicked South Barwon's 5th and breaks the string of Blair and Mawson goals.
That's their first back-to-back goal for the day.
Yep, spot on, Milky. So Ethan Baker kicks South Barwon's 5th. 5-6-36, the Swans. St Joey's 16-13, 109. We've nearly played half an hour, third term, thanks to Buckley's.
Oh, it just flips in the little half an hour. Not 30 minutes, just half an hour.
Well, that's what 30 minutes is, Milky.
What was that word?
Imperious.
Imperious again.
Look it up.
We'll have to at the break. Up goes Davis again, wins it, knocks it down as far as I reckon that was Broughton with the little man bun. Apparently the man bun's 3 South Barwon, 1 St Joseph's. That's the count.
Reflected on the scoreboard.
Yes. Back up they go again. Davis, no, I reckon Denny won that one.
Yep.
Gets it down to Ferguson. Tries to crash his way through, so too does Rees as the hooter goes. 3/4 time here, and on the Buckley's Entertainment scoreboard, the 3/4 time score is 16-13 St Joseph's. They lead South Barwon 5 goals, 6-36. Sorry, 16-13, 109. Gee whiz.
Delicious.
It's making me thirsty. I've a frothy or two after the game. Umpire, up they go. Oh, Tudor, back in the gut starting this quarter. Only as far as Fisher, round the body he goes. Wobbling kick. Tried to get a spoil in there to Benny Capra, but going towards goal. Can they get...
Poor bounce.
Trent
Nice.
Richards, minor score. Started off
South
again.
Barwon won't kick a goal was looking a bit ugly first up, wasn't it?
You wouldn't have been reminded. Ball comes out from defence. Lovick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's a contender, I reckon. That's a United Fuels.
Give it, mark that one down.
Mark it
He
down.
goes in towards Adams. It's fisted away from him. Comes back to Verfith. Gets the old 1-2 from Richards. Goes up high. Does Kent. Can't take the mark. Verfith goes back and gets it. Only as far as Reese. Gives it across to Adams. He misses his target. Jimmy Allen goes to ground level. Picks it up again. Gives it off to his teammate in Ferguson. Goes wide. Finds Hulkren. Hulkren in time. Turn to Kelleher. Back to Hulkren. Hulkren goes to the big fella. Wrong big fella. Lands in the arms of Jay Lever.
Wrong side of him again.
Yeah. So Lever goes quickly. Finds his captain, Reese Woods. It was lovely ball movement again from Joey's. Just the final nail on the coffin lacking. His kick misses Gowers. Had too much on it. Falls to the back. Shooter. Hands over the top. Nearly a high tackle, but Ferguson shrugs it off. And the kick falls short. Hanson takes the mark in amongst 3 Joeys. Darcy Hanson at centre half back. Kick has to be good and is. Finds Verfurth. Dishes quickly to Ben Lusby in the middle of Drew Reserve. Pulls the kick. Was a bit too clever for his own good, I reckon, in the end. Capra might make them pay. It's a lovely first time ball to Reed Adams. Left footer 2. That's beautiful. Finds Kelleher at left half forward. Runs inside and then dishes over the top. They've got runners everywhere here. St Joey's back inside, finds Featherstone, play on the call, but he dishes back. Measures. Near side. One behind. 74 points the margin, thanks to Bendigo Bank.
Woods, Reese, the captain, in the goal square. Comes out wide.
Good kick.
Yeah, lovely
Oh,
kick.
that is a good kick. Finds his teammate, goes over there. It finishes up in the hands of Jolie Edwards. Oh, they
Raffled
fight over it, the two St Joey's boys, the 11 and the 22. The 22, no, he says, Kershaw, you like your old man, stop trying to con me. Goes to Lovick.
Lovick took it off him like the
stiff
like the
then.
best on ground medal in the grand final.
Lovick, guys, he's under the pump here. Goes around, just big mongrel up and under here. Davis comes in late with a big spoil.
Good tackle.
Good tackle there by Kershaw. Had hold of his hand. He's gone, surely.
Pin the
I
arm.
can't see whoever the player is because the truck's in the way. Riley Kershaw won it, but who did he tackle?
Fisher.
Goes over to Ferguson. Ferguson to Tudor. Tudor out wide. Oh, good stretch.
It's Ferguson's 5th possession of the quarter already.
Long ball, feed in. Featherstone at the back. Knocks it down. The live line McLaughlin at the bottom of that.
Yep.
Yes, it is. And he'll, umpire says, give it to me. We'll have a ball up. Inside, 40 metres out from the St Joey's goal.
It's dangerous every time that ball gets in his area, isn't it, McLaughlin? You feel he's going to do something.
Yeah. Still only 19 years of age.
A bit of
Might
red
not
gum.
even be that, actually. Still might be 18. Certainly got a
Ferguson
bucket load of
again.
talent. Ferguson attacked the stoppage, snap on goal.
Still in.
Lever, he thought that was out. He did not want that ball to stay in. He'd given up on it. Luckily, it went out because Webb was there ready to pounce. Lever, either a very good judge of the bounce of a ball or he'd completely given up on that one. But he gets away with it anyway. 15 around from goal for St Joey's. Featherstone doing the ruck duties inside his own 50. Davis kicks the ball higher than it goes longer. Ferguson attacked by 2. Reed Adams' hands were great. Found McLaughlin now. Rees takes the tackler on, got his handball away just. McCaskill asked a lot of Ryan Dillon. He had a man right in his hammer. Rees goes again and will throw it up. The ball's moved its way outside 50 now.
Well, it was fairly
Only
consistent
just.
with a couple of those calls.
Yep. Jimmy Allen tackled him as the ball was in flight.
Did.
Ball comes out. Well done by Davis. Gets it round the body. Oh, diving mark taken. Is that Mitchell, is it? Yes, it is. Yep, Mitchell who takes the mark. Right on centre wing. Looking to send the very crowded St Joey's forward line.
Hasn't worked this kick, so...
Yeah, drives it long, looking for Featherstone. Gets a hand on it. Can't quite follow up with the mark. Woods, who's been really good for them. Gets it over to his teammate there in Gowers. Gowers kick, puts it into Baker. Baker, and his mate, does he keep it in? Nope. Did Richards? No, he didn't. Ball went over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in. 30 round from the Kicks commentary truck. Bathed in sunshine here.
Yeah, beautiful day out.
Yeah. Probably a good time to ask you about stoppages, I would have thought, boys, if you have a look down here and see what Kershaw's up to.
2 apiece.
Shoveling in the old bread roll.
So, tossed in. Sticks. Davis was caught behind. Allowed Tudor a free run at the footy. Fisher's kick off the instep. Bubbles out of play. No deliberate this time. It'll be thrown in. Still 70 out from goal for the Swans. 75 points the margin, I think. Last term, thanks to Bendigo Bank. St Joey's way. Been very, very good this afternoon. On a big occasion for both clubs. Not least the league as well. Ball works its way out of the stoppage. Allen. Quick ball over the head of Holker and Siddles there. Wrapped up quickly. Really nice tackle too from Paddy Callagher. 2 youngsters going at it. Callagher gives him one to go on with and we'll throw it up just behind centre wing. Tudor again done a mountain of work in the ruck today along with Denning. Been good. Verth will go up against him. Verth probably won that in the end. Just fisted it down. Lovick and Fisher go at it. Ferguson, who's had a very good second half, couldn't quite pick it up cleanly. Scrap on. Good tackle by Kent. You could hear the big oof as Allen hit the deck.
Yeah.
Be thrown up again in pretty much the same position.
It's Fizzling out. It's fizzling out.
He's made it really easy.
Really.
Oh! Shooter comes up and gets a hand on it. Then gets his own
gets
ball.
his own clearance.
It just comes in, spears the pass
Wow.
out Colours. Good little bit of passage to play there from Tudor. Puts it out in front of Featherstone, though. The kick, they haven't really hit him up today, have they?
Looked after him, the big
No.
fella.
As the ball picks up Webb, gets it across to his teammate there. In Reese goes back to Featherstone, who's
boy.
quick to play on. He's played on in every opportunity.
He's
I've
told
noticed
to play
Featherstone.
on, Milky.
Okay. Ball comes back. Turnover.
Oh, dear.
Talk.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah.
Just Morrison, who just jumps in and takes the mark. Then kicks it out to Lovick, who's on the wing.
Yeah, he's just called it in a bad spot there, I reckon,
Yeah.
Lovey.
Holgren's calling him. So too Featherstone.
He's all by
Perhaps
himself.
a long way away, though.
Go wide.
But he's going out to Jacko Davis, who doesn't let him down.
Super kick.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful kick, wasn't it?
Another one. Finds Kershaw. See, interesting to see how he... Oh! Handball the invisible man!
Oh, come on, Dad.
Tackles
What are
his
you doing,
opponent in Fisher.
Wow,
He had an area then, didn't he?
He just handballed to the bloke. He handballed to the runner that ran past. Gone.
And cramping up.
Oh,
Looking for a bit of sympathy now.
He has
Yeah.
got
Not
to.
for the
And
sympathy.
it's right where the umpire's standing up. So
Can't get up.
Kent won it down towards Gowers. Fisher hasn't stopped working. Edwards, left foot, end over end ball.
Impressively,
Really well
this
read
Mitchell.
by Mitchell. Yeah, it was Milky. Ferguson, lovely use. Measures. Made a meal of it, but he has time to measure things up.
Oh.
Ball to half forward, 2-on-1. Hanson
done.
could have marked, but did well with the fist instead. Still at half back. Just they came back up with it. South Barwon Woods won a ball that had to be won at ground level, did well. Joey's just with weight of numbers. They force their way forward.
Ferguson
Kick
There
over
he
the
is.
top
Big
is
fella plays
beautiful.
on again.
Featherstone plays on to Webb.
Webb.
Sells some candy. But
One
caught.
too many that time.
Well caught by Verfurth at half back, and he'll take the free kick.
Verfurth at half back. Spears the pass down Kent's throat. Takes the mark as Buzz finishes off his Rocky Road. He's at half back, goes to the outer side. That's it. As far away from us as you can. Up they go. Try to take a mark. Lovick over the top. Then goes back to try and get the crumbs. Sun shining off his bald head. And the ball goes over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in, will we? I think we will. Yes. Signal to throw it in on the outer side.
Any early reviews, Buzz, on that Rocky Road?
Just
Oh,
thumbs up.
jeez.
Gobful, just thumbs up. That's all we get. Boundary umpire, if I could find him. There he is, near the rubbish bin. Spinning ball, in it comes. Denning. Kent do the ruck work, trying to crash his way through there was McCooler, but the ball rebounds, goes back the other way.
Deliberate,
Lovick
they're
calling
for.
for the deliberate. Where's the umpire? No,
Oh,
throw it in,
no.
he says. Probably a bit of heavy traffic there that got him out of that one. Right underneath the old signature home scoreboard on the far side of the ground that has no scores on it at all anymore.
Surely with all those kids there, they could just
Yeah.
operate it just for our benefit at least.
That's what we need to do. Might have to pay them a Mars bar and a can of Coke ourselves.
Rocky Road.
Rocky Road,
Yeah.
Buzz could give him half his Rocky Road.
It'd work, trust me. Ball at ground level. Really strong tackle applied. Bit hard to see. There's a lot of glare around at the moment.
Yes.
Hogan was dispossessed though, I could see that.
Oh,
Joey's on the footy.
quick
Those
hands.
hands were elite. It was amazing. And Joey's have another deep entry. Kelleher, best position A, drops the mark and then well tackled. Vice
clever.
grip goes back. It was clever to McLaughlin, who then finds
Get
a
it to
way
Featherstone.
through.
Let's see the big fellow
He
with set
handballs
shot.
back. And the kick on goal from Davis.
Davis.
That's
I reckon
rip
he's
He's
that.
kicked
That is
it.
a cracker.
He's like the crowd.
He's
Give him a
kicked
little
him
high
right
five
in front
at
of
the
the
crowd.
pavilion too. That's a superb kick.
Yes.
The goal from Jacko Davis. He is one of the best kicks in the competition.
Oh, yeah.
He certainly is.
Comfortably. It's a wonderful goal. St Joey's 17-14, 116. South Barwon 5-7-37. 116 plays 37. That's thanks to Bendigo Bank. Fourth term, we've played 11 minutes.
Had a lot of
Featherstone
numbers out
hasn't
the
had a
back.
set shot, has he?
Nah.
No. And he's gone off the ground, so I don't know we will see him.
Like you said, they haven't looked after him too well, but in saying that, Lever's played a mighty game on him. He's
Yes,
just
he
nullified
has.
him completely. So, they might not have lowered their eyes and kicked it to his advantage, but Lever's read it a lot better as well.
Yep. Back in the guts, up they go. On this occasion, neither player really won that.
Dead eat.
Yep. Ball drops at their feet. We'll have a ball up again.
No one's getting that at all.
No. Last man up. Lusby just gone out of it a fraction.
Yep.
Yeah. Up they go. This time Denning wins it. Knocks it down. Adams had it then spent it, I reckon, but then tried to crash his way through, but there might be our man, Lusby, at the bottom of that pack. It is.
I think he's going to be last man up a few times in his career.
For a long time to come.
Probably why worthy of running out of puff.
Yeah.
This time Denning knocks it down. Fisher, around the body he goes. Oh, Lovick over the top. Good spoil. Oh, geez, wrapped up in a tackle on that occasion was Baker, and he's still been wrapped up. What are they waiting for? To put him down the postal chute? Bloody hell. Want to wrap him up that hard?
It's one of your better ones.
Yeah, not bad. You'll pay that.
They're usually cod ordinary, so that was quite good from you. Strong tackle by Lusby to the man who has been wrapped up, according to Milky Baker. Ball out the back. McCaskill's handball was to no one. His fellow number one measures, got his handball clear, having his head taken off. That's hard to do. Adams to centre half forward. Kick.
Didn't hit him in the face.
Didn't
He got a
favour
falcon.
McLaughlin. That was a falcon and a half.
Yep.
Strong one. I couldn't quite catch who that
It was a front
was.
centre falcon.
Was Buchanan Hunt.
Yeah.
Centre half back. It'll be a ball up in amongst all that though.
Bit of whiplash. It knocked him back a bit.
Yeah, he's a bit stunned by it. Ball up again. Denning.
Oh, the old back of the...
And kicked out of midair! Kicked out of midair by Super Joe, extracting severe urine. Doesn't need to grab the football to kick it an effective disposal.
Denning stunned behind the head again. That's a feature of his ruck work.
Super Joe. Could have easily grabbed that footy with both hands, Milky, but what I like is that he thought, I'm above this. I can just throw a peg at it and it will still work as an effective disposal. That's why we love Super Joe.
An inside 50, a clearance,
and an inside 50,
and a
that's
100% efficiency.
That's extraordinary. Kelleher comes in.
And it's a goal assist. It's a goal assist. He's got like the handful right there.
It's the triple-double.
Yeah.
Super Joe. That's brilliant.
He knows it, so he'll know exactly what he got there.
18, 14, 122 St Joey's, South Barn 5-7-37 at the 14-minute mark of this last quarter. Brought to you by Bendigo Bank, and we are seriously enjoying this.
He'll know he'll have 22 Supercoach points just in that set play.
Kick him out of me there. I love it.
Speaking of the man, where's he gone?
He's gone forward. Put himself forward.
Okay, yeah.
Just telling Tudes to push back so he can just
Clear
have
it
the whole
out.
50.
Back in the guts. Big fellow in Davis wins it.
Ferguson
Knocks it down, but
again.
only as far as Ferguson. Puts it down to Super Joe. Can't quite trap it, but comes back to Holtgren. Holtgren spears the pass.
Nope.
Over Tudor's head, but back to Kelleher.
Handball.
Kelleher chips it over to Webb. This will be goal number 5. Bang!
Wow.
Very,
5 goals.
5 goals he's kicked, Webb.
Yep.
Wow-wee.
He's been good, hasn't he?
Very, very
Well,
And
that's
on the-
stating the obvious, but
Bendigo Bank scoreboard. That's still 5-7-37, sorry, South Barwon. St Joey's 19-14, 128. The call was for the 100-point margin, boys. Is it going to happen?
Yep.
If it keeps
Yeah,
going like the last couple of minutes,
very
it
on,
will.
isn't it?
It is nearing it.
Ferguson's had 10 possessions this quarter.
Has he really?
9 and 1.
What's he got for the game, Kirsch?
He is currently sitting at 32 possessions for the game.
Been busy.
Considering at the 15-minute mark of the first quarter, he only had about 2.
Yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
a bit later than that, so-
I made mention of it too,
Yeah,
and
that's
haven't he
correct.
made me bite my own butt?
Firth in the middle for the first time, I reckon, this afternoon. Been playing as a third tall back all day. Couldn't win the clearance, though. Edwards, here he is. Speaking of the devil, throw, I reckon, pinged for no high tackle.
Throw.
Kershaw,
One or the other.
Throw against Edwards, I think.
Going Kershaw's way anyway.
do not handball.
For Joey's, he looks to more this side.
Oh,
and
look
goes
at this
down
for a
the
big
middle.
kick.
Lever's got Tudor jumps round the back of Lever.
Took it out of his hands.
He
there, I
did.
It's
reckon.
about, yep.
Lever had best position that whole flight of the ball, but Tudor knew what he was doing, came from behind and took the mark. So this to nearly get it to 100 points.
Not sure
Margin.
about. I've just taken a little look over Kershaw's shoulder, and he just put 4 stats down for his son after that one kick. Not sure that's how it works.
I don't have him on my sheet because he'd be in the minuses in Supercoach at the minute.
Tudor.
Got 1,
Yep.
3 for the afternoon so far.
That's it. 4 last week. Last round 2 against Bell Park. Comes in.
No,
Easy.
didn't move.
Easy as you like.
Yep.
Cam Tudor is a safe bet.
Absolute safe bet.
Moves St Joey's
That's the 20th, isn't it?
on to 20 goals, 14, 134. South Barwon 5-7-37. Nearly the ton.
97-point margin.
We've played 16 and a half minutes thanks to Bendigo Bank in this final term on Anzac Day.
Hello. We've got notes over on the back page now. Not what's
That's
he's
just after game.
It's an extraordinary stat sheet.
Okay, yeah. Well, this way. That's why we bring. That's why he
This is why
comes.
we bring the best in.
That's it. Back in the guts again. This time, Davis smashes it forward. Interception here from Joey's by Adams, who in turn goes across to Ferguson for possession 99. Fisted away from the skinny man Palioris. Light and easy. Ain't so greasy. Palioris looks to give it off. Goes wide.
He's had a good quarter too.
Jacko Davis, hasn't he come good since he got a belt in the head? Maybe start that in the warm-up, boys. There's a suggestion for you. Goes into the guts. I like the look of this bloke too, just quietly. In Mitchell.
Probably in the back.
Should have got a free kick on that occasion. Comes back. Ferguson wrapped up in the tackle straight away. Umpire says we'll throw that up. Just still fighting it out, South Barwon.
Haven't kicked a goal yet this quarter, boys.
You said they won't kick one for the last. You did mention that. Bouncing ball picked up. Mawson doesn't like to look at the goal, so he goes the other way. Almost stuffs it up. Back to Verfeth. Verfeth around the body. Diving mark. Good work on that occasion. That's Mitchell again.
Yep.
Yep.
Looks like him. Goes into the middle of the ground to centre half back. Good mark taken by Reed Adams, who's
He's had a good quarter too.
been industrious. Another big word. Goes wide to centre
Glorious.
wing.
All the
That just
OU
passes
Oh,
in
look
front
at
of
that.
What a
Reece
for a
Holman.
bounce.
He talked to the footy. That's extraordinary. Bounced it to himself and then kept running. Oh, and then Ben
handball's
Kappa
nowhere.
has an airy and then handball to
big
himself.
ruckman.
Oh, it's Denning, in fact. Drives long. Nearly the one-hander taken. Out of play. Good result in the end.
I think Ruckman had an airy on the run.
Extraordinary. Ball's tucked in on the...
Reece Holtgren, though. That
Behind
little
post.
tap
Yeah, it was
just,
good.
just
Yeah.
beautiful.
Knew what he-
Rioli liked
Knew what he was doing. So to be thrown in,
Only the 3 inside 50s for South Barwon, boys.
Tudor won it down. Verfeth at his feet though. Well tackled. Good follow up from Tudor. Dillon to Edwards. Gets the clearing kick out. Richards goes back. Courage shown. He bounces back up. Kershaw from 55 out. Look
He's got
who.
Webb. He's got him.
Look who it is. Webb marks inside 50. Tight angle.
Don't reckon he meant to kick it within 10 metres of that, but it's a good pass.
No,
He
he
saw it.
didn't.
Well, we know if you'd have handballed it, we got anywhere near him.
Yeah, exactly right.
So Luke Webb is at right half forward. He's tucked in on
Tough kick
the
there.
advertising hoardings. It'll be a tough kick, but would bring the house down if he does kick.
Oh,
it.
I tell you what.
No, no,
So
no.
goal
Jeez.
umpire didn't give him much of a chance by
No.
not moving.
Yeah.
5 goals, 2 for Luke Webb. 98 points the margin.
I reckon he's starting to get a little bit of a strut back towards the middle for the high fives to Webb before the umpire started to call it.
Woods goes to the other side, finds Lever, who decides to go back to him.
Oh.
Just want to hang on to this one, Woodsy. Goes back by hand to Lever, helping each other with the stats here. Chips it down the line. Siddle takes the mark. What can he do? All his teammates are covered, so he's just going to go down the line to the outer side. Up high, almost up high, and trying to take that was Blair. Didn't get there. Ball's at the back of the pack. They roll across each other at ground level. There's nothing doing, umpire says. Give it to me.
15-3 inside 50s, boys.
Wow. This last quarter.
Considering they almost kicked a goal within 5 seconds, it's been a pretty flat quarter apart from that for the
correct.
Swans.
Yep.
Almost, but didn't.
Davis again wins it. Denning gets off the handball. Goes back to Jacko Davis. Was that who punched that forward?
Certainly was.
Tudor can't take the mark, then gets a hand on it. Tries to paddle it in the path of his teammates. Clearing kick here from Ryan Dillon. Over the top he goes. Broughton dishes off to his teammate there, and Dillon. Oh, good intercepting mark
Set up well behind the ball, don't
by
they?
Morrison.
Yep, and then goes centre half forward. Hanson.
Look out! There he is! Look out! There he is! Look out! He'll run on and get this
handball
again.
was nice. They've got the overlap. That's
Webb
really
again.
nicely done. And Webb marks in front of
Look at
Siddle.
Super Joe! Look at Super Joe!
yeah.
Look at
And he said,
He didn't want it,
he
he
said,
did.
look at him, he's smiling.
He's
He
like,
said,
yeah,
he
I'm going
said,
to pretend I didn't want it.
you should have gone behind.
Yeah, you should have gone, but I wasn't in a better position.
Absolutely faking it, isn't
Super
he?
Joe.
Better give us something, Super Joe, after this
Come
one.
on. Is that a knot on the top of his hair or not?
No,
It
it's
isn't, is it?
I wouldn't have thought.
I reckon there's a little knot there.
I reckon
I reckon he's got a little knot on the top.
4-2.
that is extraordinary. Super Joe's got genuinely short hair. I don't know how he's formed
Yeah.
that. And he comes anyway, stuttering
2 hours
approach,
in the hairdressers this
35.
morning.
Oh, he's kicked an absolute
That's just
wobbly.
down.
Oh, straight into the puddle. Did you see that down there?
Straight into the puddle. That ball will be heavy as anything. 99 points the margin now, Milky. That's thanks to Bendigo Bank. Fourth term we've played without looking at the scoreboard. Roughly 20 minutes.
It'll get the 100. You're certain of that, aren't you, Buzz?
Well, it'd be a blown man to say it wouldn't.
Now.
Woods in the goal square again. Been doing this all day. 20-odd times. Chips it out.
Kick.
Good guy.
Wet ball. It was the puddle ball.
There he goes to Lovick. Lovick across to Jimmy Allen. Jimmy Allen, little across to Reed Adams. Good little chip there from Jimmy Allen.
Yeah, it could have blazed away.
Yep.
But lowered the eyes.
Yeah, he looked to see where's Webb. I can't find him. I'll give it to Reed Adams instead.
And Featherstone hasn't come back on, has he, since he called it?
Look, is that something on his? If you can look,
might be a little bit on the
he's got some ice
hamstring.
on the quad there. If you have a look, I reckon he's got ice on the quad.
Your hamstring.
Hamstring.
Now the hammy. Yep. In he comes, Reed Adams. Peels away
Coming
to the
back.
right. Is it coming back?
No.
I don't think it is.
Got
Minus
100
good. According to you, I reckon that's the 100-point margin, is it not?
Well, I think so. Could be wrong. Anyway, Gowers gets the ball in the back pocket.
23 minutes gone.
Oh, Benny
Capra, well done in front. Had position A. Took the mark on his chest. He's been as solid as ever today, Ben Capra. Gets it back inside 50 for St Joey. Shooter was late on the scene. Nearly took the mark.
Oh, got angry too.
Oh, and then got rid of Siddle. He got hit after he handballed it away. I'll get a free kick.
Well, then I reckon there's been a collision effect.
Baker's saw. Ooh, he's down. He was the man who received it off.
Excuse me.
Off Siddle, and he's slow to get up. He
Just hit
right
the
shoulder. Shoulder is either a stinger or it's something a bit more serious. We'll find out.
May pave the way
After
for
the game.
Conway into the ones.
No, I wouldn't hold your breath. Lusby loses his footing and then puts his head where it shouldn't go. Lovick tackles him,
Won't
tries
give
to
up,
beat
though.
two. He didn't give up, you're right. He's in trouble. No. Umpire folds the arms just in front of the boundary line, inside 50 for St Joey's.
Just the 3 possessions this quarter for Lusby. Sort of gone out of it with his tenacity for 3 quarters. And
He looks tired, doesn't he?
yeah,
He does. Look
Look
at
at
his hands on knees. He's absolutely knackered.
giving it these all.
Up they go. Holgren at the back.
Gets
Goes
free
a bit
kick.
high on him. Gets a free kick.
Tried to pull out, I thought, Webb, but
Webb
still got him.
Just got him fraction high. Husby shows a lot of potential, this boy.
How old is he, Buzz?
Hang on a minute. What's going on here? Reversed it. Free kick to Super Joe.
Against Jake Mawson.
Against Jake Mawson, yeah.
Strike to the throat, the umpire was suggesting.
So that comes back now
be
to
down
Webb
here.
to have a shot for his 6th.
Just where he had a shot before, he should know the angles.
And would have plenty of these at training in Doc's pocket. That's what they refer to this corner here as. Doc's pocket.
Yeah, fun fact.
It's on the Doc's there. See that? It's on the fence.
Oh, is that
Doc's
right?
pocket.
Right.
In he comes, Webb.
That's
a better
That's
kick.
another one. That's straight through.
That
That's
is a
goal
better
number
kick.
6.
And Telsberg
He likes it too.
He loves it.
Goal 6-2 for the afternoon for Luke Webb.
Jeez, he's going to be a good player.
But not only has he kicked 6, he has been very influential through the arcs as well. He's shown some tricks. He's had some insteps. He's been pretty skillful today.
He's over at Geelong, is he not?
He's on their
Sup list.
Supplement
Yeah, I
list,
think so. Yeah.
21-17, 143. St Joey's margin pushes beyond 100 points. South Barwon 5-7, 37. 25 and a half gone. Final term on Anzac Day. The home side pleasing the home fans. This is a strong, dominant performance. Denning won it down. Verfurth finds a way out towards Richards. 1-2. Takes the mark. Has Blair working for him in some space and finds
yes,
him.
good work.
This could be the goal.
This could be the goal.
Here it is.
Marks. This is to prove
Goalless last
Kirsch.
quarter.
It's to prove Kirsch wrong.
He fades this.
Now, if
To
the
the left.
siren would have blown now,
Yep.
you wouldn't say it was in the quarter, would you?
No.
Yeah, that's it.
He's had a bit of a mixed bag with his kicking today,
Yep.
Blair. So
Yeah, he's got.
2-2.
I think he pulls it to the left here.
He's usually a left
You've
to
never,
righter.
You've never heard a bloke hope so much, have you?
Yeah.
He pulls this to the right.
He's usually a left
to the
righter,
left.
if anything.
To the left, he'll pull it.
So Kirsch goes against
Yeah. I'm going against the
natural-
grain. Just a bit of an
natural
instep
grain.
kick.
Here he comes anyway. We'll find out.
Oh, he had pulled it
He's
to the
munged
He
it.
left.
has pulled
He's
it,
munged
but
it.
he's kicked it.
He has munged that through.
Yeah.
So Kirsch is wrong.
How quick could you get that out? Could you get it out any quicker?
Blair's got 3.
Yeah.
But
It wasn't sweet, was it?
No, it wasn't well flushed at all.
The Bendigo Bank scoreboard. That's the South Barwon 6th goal. They are now 6-7-43, exactly 100 points, 21-17, 143 St Joey's at the almost the 27-minute mark here of this Bendigo Bank fourth quarter.
3 goals, 2 is not a bad day, and a team that's only kicked 6 for the afternoon.
38 scoring shots to 13.
Gee whiz.
Through the guts, so just trying to crash his way through. On that occasion was the skinny Palioris. It finishes up with the little magician McLaughlin. He goes one-handed up there from the fella in Hogan. Comes out the back. Ruckman and Denning applies the tackle. Don't see that terribly often. Good hands there. Finishes up with Kent. Then in turn goes across to Hogan, who finds his teammate there again in Richards. Richards goes to one of their real tries in Fisher. Almost sets it up with Davis. Just put your hands out, son. That's all you had to do. Comes back to McCaskill. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Umpire circling. It's got out though. Lovick. He's almost dragged it in there. The umpire's let it go. Out the back is Morrison.
Yeah, it is. Hickey's handball intercepted. Back to Mitchell though. Finds Reed Adams, who's worked his way into the game nicely.
Good last quarter.
Has a bit too much on it though, so Siddle's there to mop up for South Barwon in front of his own interchange gates. Kick to half forward is nearly good. Finds Mawson at ground level over the top to Ali Mars, who ducks the tackle and then kicks towards Blair. Didn't favour him at all.
Crushed him last year.
Yeah.
And Capra marks in the back pocket. Finds Lovick. Those two often seem to find each other. I don't think it's by coincidence either. Ball over the top. They kick long to this broadcast wide centre wing. Webb again. He's been superb.
You've got him off the bit. He's got him off the bit.
Hanson inside out. Luke Webb takes.
Go all the way here. He go all the way.
3 bounces. Runs to 55. Luke Webb. It fades late.
He's going to get it back.
He wants it back.
Give it back.
Play on.
No, what happened?
And he stuffs it right up. He was called to play on. It wasn't far enough. But the siren goes, and the margin is an even 100 points at the end of Anzac Day 2017. St Joey's 21 goals, 17, 143. South Barwon 6-7, 43. Joey's look to be back on track in 2017.
Wow.
Absolutely. What we might do, might see if we can get hold of someone to have a chat to, Barnsey.
See you, Barnsey.
Yeah, straight away.
No, but I just think if we don't let it go. Just keep your eye. Your job's to keep an eye on getting hold of someone. I'll do a presentation. Then we'll get them on the way off. So we might take a break now. Come back with our votes, our goal kickers, our around the grounds, and then we might. Actually, by then we should be able to have whoever we've given best on ground to have a chat to.